What's in that Bel Air?
It is. It's brutish.
All right, Melyssa.
Yeah.
Where do y'all gentlemen want to start?
I mean, they were in the middle of a great conversation.
I don't know what they were
Men
talking
versus
about.
women.
We were talking about Kevin.
No, we were just talking about Kevin Samuels. And
Have you guys talked about that?
Of course.
we
Press
can't
play.
go where you
recorded,
can go.
Oh, we've been recording already?
You get what I'm saying?
Have we talked
in the
about-
Kevin Samuels conversation? We can't go where you can go
Okay.
because men can't really expound
I said
upon.
what I needed to say about.
No, we were talking about in-depth shit, like off mic, and I said that men on mic, we can't have a conversation how we could delve into it without a female being present. You get what I'm saying? Because there's certain shit they gonna tell us shut the fuck up and mind our man business that women can express. We can't.
Or they would agree.
Yeah.
Very small numbers.
Oh.
No, actually, very large numbers agree.
But I wasn't in y'all conversation, so
I walked in to Melyssa, Corey, talking
Melyssa, you
about
guys. But I'll do a proper intro at some point.
yeah the Kevin Samuels debacle and how
Well, not debacle. His passing.
But people, 80% of the content that was behind a closed wall was informative and positive. And the clickbaity shit was the real detrimental, mean, harsh, spirited shit that he was tagged for or known for. And so we got into a conversation and then it jumped off and down a rabbit hole about what women are looking for, what men are looking for, and the disconnect there.
Do you think black women are mean?
Mean?
Be honest.
I think that black women have not, and we're going to speak in very general terms here. Very general. Okay?
That's my last serious question of the day, by the way.
Okay.
I'm telling y'all.
I feel like black women aren't really given a lot of permissible space to be soft, pink, and vulnerable. We're constantly reminded that we are the most disrespected race of women on the planet. We are the least desirable by every type of man. We're constantly reminded
Where does
of
that stat come from?
I fucking don't know.
Who
I don't
makes
know
that
who
one up?
invented the.
I don't
they,
believe that to be
okay,
true.
I don't believe that.
Whoever they is, I'm tired of they, but they're the ones that say these kinds of things. And we're constantly reminded of this. And when you're constantly reminded that you are undesirable in your natural sense of self, you know, what you came out of the, you know, what you appreciate about yourself, and then somebody telling you that that's not good enough. When you're constantly reminded of that, and the world being as difficult as it is, you have to develop like this. It's beyond tenacity and resilience. You have to develop this kind of suit of armor in order to go out into the world and survive, you know? And at what point do you trust that you can let down your guard and trust enough that somebody is going to quote unquote, catch you when you fall? You know what I mean? So at what point do we determine that we can be soft, pink, and vulnerable and trusting and believe that the person who's kicking the willy bobo in our ear actually fucking means it, you know?
Okay, that won't be my last serious question for the day.
Then the other thing is that we're so used to being, you know, verbally and sometimes physically abused by the men that we are also supposed to desire. Like, I can't tell you how many stories I've heard from girlfriends who have politely rejected advances from strangers. And said strangers did not take it very well. They've been spit on, they've been hit, they've been verbally abused, called every name in the book. That kind of abuse wears and tears on your soul. It starts to erode it after a while. And so when somebody wants to be like, well, why aren't you vulnerable? Why aren't you pink? Why aren't you this? Why aren't you sensitive? And da-da-da. It's just like the world doesn't allow us to be that a lot of the time. You know, trust me, I want to be soft, pink, I want to be a kitten. I want to curl up and purr in your
look like a
lap.
kitten.
Don't I?
Yeah.
Look, I took my shoes off and everything because I feel safe. I feel safe in this room.
You're safe here.
You know, I know
You are
I'm
safe.
safe.
You're safe here.
And when we're safe, that's when we do things like this. We
True.
curl up, we take our shoes
That's
off,
true.
we get
She's
comfortable.
kicking our ass.
Exactly.
She's kicking our ass.
Yeah.
No, I agree with everything.
Yeah.
I have zero pushback.
I do.
Go ahead.
I agree with everything she just said. But that also sounds like the plight of black men.
I didn't want to
And
do
my-
that.
and my issue-
I didn't want to say, yo,
So my issue, do you have a ringtone on your phone? Wait, what is that? Do you have, what song is that?
And
who
that was
got a
Back to
song
Life,
attached
yo.
to when they call you, nigga?
That was Back to Life?
We're going to talk later.
Oh,
What the fuck is going on with you?
I was gonna say the same thing, but you can't.
But no, I want to go even further.
can't.
And I maybe shouldn't, but Melissa's
No,
here
go
and I
ahead.
feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I invited her here. She's such a great conversationalist.
Thank you.
And we be talking about shit that we need a woman here for a lot of times.
A lot.
Not only do I think she's also describing the plight of black men, so I think we're together in this. I think for black men, well, each other, actually, we would look to get all of those things from our black women. But I guess they would look to get it from us as well.
I agree.
So, yeah.
We do a lot of whataboutism in the comments, and we do a lot of, and a lot of our conversations have a lot of absolutes. You know, there's no real room for, just like
Just real discourse on
exactly real discourse. It's really just like my opinion is my opinion, and that's it. And this is a fact because
Yeah.
whenever I see men referencing women, they reference them in totality.
That's true.
You know, it's all women this, all women that.
I hate
and
when that
and
happens.
I do too,
That's
because
corny.
it's tacky. You know what I mean?
is.
And I understand that when you speak like that, you're speaking from a place of hurt.
Because not all of everything is anything.
No,
I say that all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But all of us tend to generalize when we are speaking in a macro sense. You have to generalize because
Yeah.
there are outliers.
Yeah.
And you're only speaking from your level of reference,
Right.
which is your experience.
Right.
Cool. We can all do that. I think accountability is the biggest thing that we're lacking on both sides.
Yes, I agree
Yo,
with that
men
too.
be out here doing some bullshit.
Thank you for saying
Women
that.
be out here doing some bullshit.
Yes, they do.
Now, this is where we might disagree.
Go ahead.
Society recognizes and identifies the men bullshit like that. They don't. It's a fucking struggle to get society to recognize the female bullshit. To that you say,
Interesting point.
You know, I think that
because that's what what'd you say?
the whataboutism.
That's what comes in when you say, "Yo, well, you did this."
Yeah.
Immediately, well, what about when you did this?
It's
or
true.
What about when y'all did this?
You know what? The comment section, a lot of times, especially when you post, videos on Kevin Samuels, would be just the oppression Olympics. It was always whose pain is greater in a historical fucking context. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's a lot of responsibility hoisted on our shoulders in order to just to have a conversation about one particular topic.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's just too fucking much, and when I would read a lot of times, men would say, these women, they lack accountability. I'm like, right there, that generalization. And honestly, where's the personal sense of responsibility in the people that you're choosing?
Yes.
On both sides,
Great point.
men and women. You
Yeah,
really
discernment.
have to do some personal assessment and analysis and learn the process of discernment of who you're choosing, because you're always going to get the same thing over and over and over again. And that's like the definition of insanity. Hoping for different results but choosing the same thing over and over and over again. So
No,
if
you
you're
preaching
meeting,
now. Hold on.
if
You need
you're
to drop. Damn.
Pew, pew, pew,
Yeah, come on,
pew.
turn this up. Let's get a horn. She going off right now. Hello? Okay.
But I mean, that's the truth. Sitting in front of you is a woman who is very accountable. I take accountability because all it does is it serves to make me a better human being. I want to learn from my missteps as much as I want to, celebrate my successes, and my wins. Go ahead.
Were you that honest and open-minded at 27?
No, I was a fucking savage. Are you fucking kidding me?
What were you doing
Yeah.
to men? Oh my God! What were you
mean-
doing
Or even
to
at
them out
30.
there?
You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that in your experiences, you've arrived here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let's be clear, we can really keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You're prettier than most, so in society, you're more entitled than most.
Pretty privilege is a fucking
It is a
thing.
fact.
It's a thing.
It is a fact.
It's a thing, and I will not
I
deny that.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's a
do,
real
you
thing,
pretty
y'all.
motherfucker.
Fam, you go to the bank and they don't want to do something, you be like, for real.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it happens.
Listen, one time I
And
just
you
had
bodied up.
like I gotta say this. I know.
You're an asshole, my nigga. Yo,
He's about to he do that though.
He fluttered his eyelid.
Nah,
Yeah, and I
he
was
went
like,
crazy
He
just now.
gonna flaunt those green eyes.
I'm game time. No, one time I was driving down the street, reckless as fuck, in New York and shit like that. The wind and the air conditioner was going full blast, and then a cop stopped me. And I rolled down the window, and I kid you not, the air conditioning was going so hard that it was acting like a wind machine and blowing my hair and shit like that. So I rolled down the window, and it was just like, "Hi, officer!" Jiggle, 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 and he literally was just like,
with the Beyonce hair.
he literally sighed, and he was just like,
No, that ass.
Slow down.
I was like, nah, for real.
down. If I was anybody else, if I was one of y'all would have been just pushed up against the car in
Slammed.
jail for the night. You would have been fine. So trust me, I get it. Pretty privilege has been a thing for a long time, and you got to acknowledge that in order to be a fucking human being.
Be a human being.
Yeah.
You got to recognize your deficiencies.
Yeah.
You got to recognize your strengths.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, I think... I think the disconnect, one of the disconnects comes in people not being able to recognize these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, listen.
Some people are delusional out this motherfucker. Like,
I'm going to say also that there would be times, me and my girlfriends would be having this conversation when we would see some of the women that would call up and the entitlement that they expressed. They have this going and they make this amount of money and this is what they want. And I'd be like, really, bitch? you said that out fucking loud?
Oh, you say that to your friends?
and that's what... she's saying that to the callers.
With me and my girlfriends would be sitting there listening to this, and we would
got it.
literally be like, "Girl,
Oh, yeah.
girl,"
And
you
he
might
says
wanna-
that.
Yeah.
He would say, word, fam.
Sometimes I would wonder, sometimes I just wondered, did you call on a dare? Was that what it was? Sometimes I would be completely confused, And
No way they really believe that.
No, but they do. Because society is telling them that once you reach, and this is corporate, most of us are not in a corporate setting. Corporate, college, the infrastructure, and is telling people that once you go to school, once you get a certain degree or degrees, your stock rises. Cool. Give you that. For men that are well established, it necessarily does not rise. For somebody else that may not be standing on their own too, they may not be as successful or far along, yeah, that holds weight. But to somebody else that got their own shit, it's not necessarily holding weight. Your intangible shit holds more weight to a man that got his own shit.
I ain't gonna hold you, Ish. Respectfully, I would never do shrooms with you.
Nah.
I might need some.
Why? He's too cerebral?
Yeah.
That's shrooms. I'm on them right fucking now.
For real?
Duh. Yeah, it's my jam.
Girl.
Yeah.
Looking for it.
I got some shrooms. Let's trip out.
He keeps them. He keep them.
Fuck yeah.
He keep them in the tuck.
Yes. Anybody got any peanut butter? I like to
I got the chocolate joints right now.
Oh shit, yes. Love it.
Or pizza.
Flavor shrooms?
No. They're
No.
like in the chocolate bar.
In the shit. Because people say shrooms taste disgusting.
Bring those
and I don't
suckers
think
out.
that.
Let me see that shit. Let me
I'll go get them in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
All right.
upstairs.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. 'Cause absolutely. Yeah.
You guys were saying.
Yes.
No, I just was thinking that it's just a communication thing between men and women that it's a huge gap.
So my biggest question was if there are the divisiveness, but in the comment section, it never seemed to improve. That
It
was
won't.
That was
No accountability.
on who's on both sides. You want to say more so women than men?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Think about this.
Yeah.
How if you broken. This nigga play too much. Y'all.
We just recognize a clear out.
Nah, we having a conversation. Yo, if somebody broken,
Yeah.
if you don't admit you broken, how you get fixed?
It's not their responsibility to fix you. It's your responsibility.
In AA or
you.
NA, the first step is you got to say, yo, I'm an alcoholic. I need help. I'm a drug addict. I need help. If you're not saying I'm a drug addict or alcoholic, you're not admitting that you need help.
It's true. However, I want to deviate to like a different point. And the fact is that Kevin Samuels just passed away, which was a shock because when you were in LA, we were talking about this because Kevin, surprisingly, I didn't know him from a can of paint other than, what I saw online. And he reached out to me to, present the opportunity for us to work together. And I was like, what? I was completely confused. And his presentation of, the reasons why he wanted to work with me, I was like, okay, this makes sense. But I was kind of, I don't want to use the word intimidated, but I just did not know because he was such a fucking catalyst for controversy. And then I'm like, I'm known as like a woman empowerment kind of advocate. And so it just was, I just was like, what could I contribute to this conversation? It just seemed too fast and too soon. And I was like, we got to talk about this a little bit more. So we had been talking on the phone. And I will say, Kevin on camera and then Kevin on the phone, just chilling as your homie. He was cool as fuck. He really was. He was nice. He was courteous.
We had him behind closed doors. He was dope.
Yeah.
He was dope.
Like I can't lie and say that he wasn't any of those things. He really was. He was very polite, very kind and courteous to me. He was funny. And I was really giving it some serious thought. And then he drops dead. And I think that that's part of the conversation that was missing from his rhetoric, though.
But you know what?
In terms of high value man, we're not considering what we become. God willing, if we live to an older age, health ailments and stuff like that, it was always the focus on money and achievement.
Money.
But it was never a focus on the development of the human being. Mm-hmm. Like that's I really did not hear that a lot. And to me, that is very, very important. It's great if you got money in the bank. It's great if we can travel and stuff like that. But tomorrow's not fucking promised. It just isn't. No matter how much we think that it is, it just isn't. So you got to have somebody in there who's gonna, if after a colonic or after a colonoscopy is gonna wipe your ass for you, or get your laxatives together and stuff.
That would be nice.
Change your diaper
That's
and
what I look for in a partner.
That would be awesome. What I will say is this: I know that this conversation has been thriving lately with the recent passing of Kev. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's isolated to like a certain group or community that is familiar with his work. Mm-hmm. But I watched them do the same thing when Joan Rivers died. I didn't like it then.
Yeah.
I thought that was disgusting. My point still...
With the dancing on her grave type thing?
Yeah, they treated Joan Rivers like shit. Rest in peace, Joan Rivers.
Right.
Icon in her field.
Yeah.
But when that camera came on, she was ahead of the play of, let me tell y'all about y'all.
Yeah.
And she made a living doing that, and so she was into her.
She was caustic.
And because that's who she was on camera, the way people spoke about her when she died was disgusting for me. But that didn't mean for me that that's who Joan Rivers was off camera, right? Like, you and I had a little back and forth recently because I see the same thing happening currently with Wendy Williams.
To Wendy.
And she gets a little bit of an exception because some people can tell that something's going on with Wendy.
Sure.
Right? So there's some compassion
There's some
there.
grace and compassion there.
We've been around long enough to know when something's going on. But there's some people that don't care. Just because of the things that you've said.
The word karma gets thrown around a lot. And
it does.
And I have a real problem with that because karma doesn't fucking work like that. Karmic retribution is not instantaneous. If it was, I don't think anybody in this fucking room would be alive. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's just the bottom fucking line. Karmic retribution does not work the way that we think that it does. Oh, that's karma. That's karma. I fucking hate how overused. I swear to God, I don't.
All of those words.
Exactly.
Everybody's psychiatrist now.
Armchair psychiatrist. It's like, go sit the fuck down. That's not the way that karma works. And karma is not what Wendy is facing. Wendy's just facing health issues. That's just the reality of what the situation is. Yeah.
I hate to see people get their back kicked in when they're going through shit like that.
But and I'm not on this side. I'm just playing devil's advocate now. You can't say for many people, not necessarily me, because I just don't believe in mean shit. You don't gotta be mean. Somebody could have been mean to you. I'm gonna cut you off and I'm going about my business. But you can't say that it's not karmic. In nature, it's just a different form of karma. Like your suffrage could be this, but you could have given other people suffering in a whole different manner.
Right.
So when you say, yo, everybody deserves grace or everybody deserves to be handled with kid gloves, somebody can say, not me, somebody can say, yo, she didn't give a fuck about other people and handling them with kid gloves when she was disclosing motherfuckers' wives had cancer.
True.
Or when she was disclosing people's affairs, or when she was ruining households potentially, and she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, not necessarily kid gloves, but not dancing on a grave or celebrating somebody's
demise or potential
cognitive
deterioration.
demise. Yeah, exactly. And so whenever something really fucked up happens, I go to my girlfriend. She's Buddhist, because karma is a Buddhist fundamental principle, and so I just want her to explain to me, like, what is karma? Like, you know what I mean? She was like, everybody has it really confused as to what karma is. It's not karmic retribution. You might not even face your own karmic retribution of what harm you have, doled out to another person. Your kids. Exactly. It could literally manifest itself.
Or you in your next life.
You in your next life. Exactly.
But they say the sins of the father, the kids bear the sins of the father.
Exactly.
A lot of times.
Moral of the story is don't be a fucking asshole. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be.
At the end of the day,
at the end of the day, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Try and live your life not being a fucking dick.
The internet loves being a dick.
And then your karma is good.
It's become a cool thing to do.
When you're giving, when you're pleasant, because karma could come back in a positive form. We kind of look at karma like it's a negative thing, but
true.
It's not.
That's true.
In every religion, you spoke of Buddhism, but in every religion, karma is a principle. Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, all of them, they have their karma or their word for karma. So in every religion, they speak about doing good shit and it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like treating people how you want to be treated. It'll come back to you.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day is sometimes good shit happens to bad, or sometimes bad things happen to good people. And in reverse, sometimes good things happen to the biggest pieces of shit on this planet.
True indeed.
And it's just like life is a fucking crapshoot, honestly. Just like just a roll of the dice, and you never know what's going to happen. Because if you were to take my life over the last 3 or 4 years, if we were speaking in terms of karma, what the fuck have I been up to? You know what I'm saying? What have I been up to? I've had to take these things that have happened to me as life experiences to learn from. That's a lot of
people don't know what happened to you.
Okay, 2018, I was in a near-death car accident. My Jeep was hit by a truck, and I flipped 5 times on the 134 freeway in Los Angeles. I had a skull fracture, concussion, bleeding brain, and it took me almost a year to return to work. I was walking with a walker for about a month. Damn. And then just I got back to work and everything seemed
and
cool.
All the trauma that come with that.
Right.
I really didn't really deal with it. I didn't know how. The depression that comes along with like a traumatic brain injury is something that I was ill-equipped to deal with. And so I white knuckled it like I always do through my depressive episodes, and I still don't know how I survived. It was a lot of friends and them just kind of being there with me. So fast forward, get back to work after almost a year of being gone. Within 5 months, my mother's diagnosed with cancer, and it was extremely aggressive. And during her last months of life, pandemic hit, and then she ended up passing away, and I was by her bedside holding her hand as she passed away. There's a procedure in Canada called MAID, Medical Assistance in Dying, where if you're terminal, you can actually tell medical personnel that you want them to end your life. And I think that should be legal.
I think that is so dope.
It is. I mean, you should be able to choose if your quality of life has been reduced, has diminished to absolutely nothing. You should be able to call the shots as to when you leave this earth.
They don't let you do it here.
They don't let you. Only 8 states it's legal here.
They're working on it.
in only 8 states, but it's legal in Canada. And so my mother chose that, and she is the bravest woman I've ever met in my entire life. I couldn't believe what I witnessed, and it stays with you. It changed me forever. Like I've never been able to get back to who I was prior to it happening, because it's just, you can't take it with you. That's the other thing with Kevin, is the whole high value man, high value woman, the accumulation of material wealth and stuff like that. You fucking cannot take anything with you. And I watched my mother die, and it's like, you can't take anything with you. And she left me stuff, and it's literally stuff to me. It's stuff. I have no attachment to stuff anymore. That's true. And it's hard to exist in a world, especially a capitalistic society like America, that just like, you know, like prays to the altar of materialism. Exactly.
Stake.
And none of it matters to me. So I'm like, where do I fit in this world? So the grief I've carried around has also been an enormous amount of, you know, an enormous burden. So if we were to apply, like, you know, the whole, you know, karmic principles of suffering to somebody, then this would have me wondering, what exactly did I fucking do to somebody? Because this is like, it's crazy. And I've had to try to find ways to live with it, have a sense of humor about it, talk about it, and then also just kind of not educate people, but also just kind of like allow them a different recourse of like assessing themselves and their own journey, you know?
You look a lot better than what you've been through.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Gentlemen.
Ice, you've been mad quiet over there, son.
I'm a listener.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here taking it all in.
Soaking it in, being a sponge.
Being a sponge. There you go.
Okay.
Parks?
I had a question.
I'm feeling sponges too right now.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
So
Like,
as am I.
No, I could go.
Mm.
I had
please.
a question. I forgot.
Go.
With you speaking about material stuff and our placing so much stake in material stuff and financial shit, do you think? Because you've had a.
Yeah, I've had
Do you
it
think
all.
Do you think that's really? It's a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something more geared toward our community and our culture that we play? Because it's not. Because it's everywhere, but in our younger years.
I hear a lot of, like, there's been times where, like, you know, OGs have basically said, you know, the reason why we like to, you know, be very ostentatious about our newly acquired wealth and, you know, and just whatever, like material wealth and whatnot, is because we're so used to not having. And so, okay, that's understandable,
It is.
you know, like from a psychological standpoint. What I really am enjoying watching on social media is this shift right now where we've got like really popular pages like Earn Your Leisure trying to financially, you know, like educate all of us.
Would you say, Joe?
Yeah. I'm
But that's still geared toward money and possessions, and
but it's
still champion that.
No, but what it's geared towards is freedom.
Education.
Yeah.
It's geared towards freedom. It's the freedom to be able to make certain decisions not based on desperation. You
Because
know,
what y'all are
that's
talking
real
about
big.
are some of these decisions from not having or from not knowing how to have.
exactly.
Or I agree.
Now we're being taught how to have.
Yeah.
How to acquire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I think through that acquisition, now you can make real life choices. I agree with that. Like, because
Yeah.
a lot of choices are made based on
this is what I got to do right now.
We don't
Lack
really
of-
life or death
don't
choices
know.
Yes.
motherfuckers are making. But when you got a whole shit ton of money, if you want to go to the Peace Corps in Africa and help people, you might be sitting on $40 million over here, and
That
now
part.
you really going because you want to go.
I think one of the scenes in one of our, you know, all-time favorite movies, Soul Food, is very, you know, indicative of what we're talking about. And that was where they, like, Grandpa, who always was hiding up in the room, he comes outside with this
Uncle somebody.
He was holding on to the TV. And everyone was like, what the fuck is with him and the TV? He's always hiding and shit like that. Shit falls,
yeah.
money
Yeah.
falls
Money
out of it.
everywhere, money everywhere.
And that is, you know, just very indicative of like our attitudes when it comes to money and our distrust of like the banking system, government, and that sort of thing. And so what's happening right now with Earn Your Leisure and you know, Wall Street Trapper and all those guys that are trying to educate people on how to create generational wealth, which is like, you know, like it's a buzzword right now or a buzz phrase, but it's accurate. Like, we have never really had these kinds of discussions with casualty and, you know, like with
on a regular basis.
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We have treated it like it was like, you know, it was a secret kind of
play.
conversation because it would reveal how little we all actually knew.
Indeed. So, or
You know?
or how much we had.
Yeah.
Like, I one of my phrases, even in Rich Dad Poor Dad, when he talk about how us
Napoleon Hill, yeah. One of my favorite books.
Robert Kiyosaki, but it's cool.
Really?
It's cool, fam. Think and Grow Rich is Napoleon
Thank you,
Hill.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
But
Fuck you.
nah,
Same shit, different fucking pile. Listen,
niggas play too much.
I'm gonna fuck you up. Are you wearing a faja right now?
I need one. A lot of laughter back there. Hello?
Keep going. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Different. Man.
I didn't even say anything.
No,
I haven't said a word.
You haven't said
Okay,
a bunch of words.
listen. I have to
No, I'm
redeem.
leaving to count how many words you've said.
I have to
I'm going
redeem
home to count
myself.
them.
Have you The Greatest Salesman in the World, Og Mandino? Have you ever read that too? Of course. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So keep going.
I don't want no beef. You don't got to beef. Book beef. Damn, you fucked me up. Joe fucked me up.
Somebody fucked you up, right?
I'm just saying, yo.
We never properly introduced.
Yeah, we didn't even introduce him.
We didn't get a chance.
I am in that
Wow,
video though, too.
Alex, you pulled up past the Cavarcier
But
Your man.
by Busta Rhymes.
I think I'm in that too.
Yeah, but your man just
You are.
not knowing.
Yeah, but that's not what we were
The
just
B
playing.
side.
No.
Yeah, no.
Alex, you didn't do that.
Oh boy,
Even
memories.
shut up north. Don't do that.
Don't tell me. type it in Google or YouTube or some shit.
Stupid, yo.
Do you really not know what song that is?
He didn't know.
He's 20.
We got
young.
kids. We got some
He's young.
young gentlemen back there.
He's young.
Oh Christ Almighty! I feel fucking
We believe-
antiquated right now.
we
What? What the fuck?
We believe the children are the future. Teach them well.
See, Earn Your Leisure is
see, that's the
teaching them
problem.
well.
Let them
That's,
lead-
yeah,
let
he
them lead
wasn't
the
taught
way.
well though.
God
If
damn
you don't know
it.
that, somebody
What
missed.
they said
someone.
about that in Rich Dad Poor Dad, man?
Yeah, what
About
happened?
Alex doing some bullshit? Information. Stupid.
Who was that?
yo.
Robert?
Kiyosaki, man.
We have Melyssa
me
Ford here. We've been here probably for 40 minutes now.
33 intro, you know what I mean?
I invited Melyssa here just to shoot the shit. And
Yeah.
because we be having talks that I feel like we often need a woman to chime in. And you're like perfect for that.
I mean, you
You really
know, I am a little bit just because I am an accountable woman, so we can have those kinds of very real conversations. I'm fun as fuck. I swear, like a drunken sailor. I drink like one too. Yeah, and I love being around testosterone. You know, I feel like I'm doing the backstroke in it right now. It's my jam.
But I fuck with the girls that enjoy being around the testosterone.
Yeah, me too.
I love being around you dirty ass motherfuckers.
Yes! Round of applause for us. Hold up, man.
Yeah, come on.
Dusty ass niggas.
We up, Dusties.
Dusties.
So what's been going on?
Oh my god, like I live in LA and I fucking head in.
Yeah, you came up here and it seemed like you had like a New York culture shock just from all of the changes that have gone on up
New
here.
York has drastically changed in a very short amount of time. The last time I was here was pre-pandemic.
Even during the pandemic, like I was just in Manhattan, in Midtown the other day on a block I used
different.
to work on, and shit is completely fucking different, yo.
Yeah.
There's buildings gone, like whole half blocks gone, new sky rises and shit, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in LA though. They closed down my favorite little nail salon over there by the Mondrian. Like it's not there anymore. You want to talk about somebody disappointed?
Yeah.
Probably
I'm dead ass.
23 million nail salons.
This nigga's comparing Hudson Yards to the nail salon.
Yeah,
Yo, you a monster.
They put up the fucking Pendry.
This nigga's a
They
monster.
put up the Pendry Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yes,
I know.
nigga,
I know. Yeah, no, LA, New York has changed a lot. I got here in 2000.
I know.
You know what I mean?
No, tell them. They wasn't born.
It was some of them.
They wasn't born. Niggas is babies. Alex, this is Melyssa 4.
Oh my God.
A legend.
Yeah, legend in 2 games.
God. Okay, so I got here on September 11th, 2000, a year to the day that the towers came down. And I came here with 2 suitcases, $25, and a one-way fucking ticket. And I was as illegal as a fucking Mexican busboy for about 2.5 years. I was bobbing and weaving customs. I was like, I couldn't go home.
Allegedly.
No, fuck that. No, I was illegal as fuck.
Okay.
I'm legal now.
Okay.
I got a green card. I'm a landed immigrant now.
Got
Fuck
it.
that. You'll try and kick me the fuck out. I'm not over here committing crimes. That's in my past.
We are not defined by our
Listen,
past.
the last time I was arrested,
The last time.
I think it was 2004.
That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
That's a nice little clean run.
Hey, you changed your life around.
Nice clean run.
Hey.
I didn't,
What's the
I
charges?
didn't really do anything either.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, it was. I was driving with a suspended license.
Oh, we've all done that.
It's
We've all
bullshit,
done that.
right?
Remember they locked
Yeah.
me up for that?
Huh?
I hate New York.
I got locked up for that too. You were in the Tombs?
No, I'm coming home.
No, did you get sent to the Tombs?
No,
Oh
they
shit!
didn't.
I got sent to the Tombs. I was watching
Yo,
the fucking heroin addict go through withdrawal, like right on the floor. I was like, somebody gotta get me the fuck out of here.
You was in the Tombs?
I was in the fucking Tombs, okay? It's a really, actually very funny story. Gonna try and fucking summarize this. Okay, so I'm driving a Ford F-150 Harley
Pretty privilege
Davidson.
didn't work that night. huh?
It did not.
Wow.
No,
Not in
no,
New York.
So
no.
much for that.
Wait.
Why were you in the F-150?
Okay, so hold
Why
on.
is-
Wait, so I'm in an
What type of
F-150
night were you having?
Harley Davidson. This is my pickup truck. This is what I drove, right?
In the city?
In the city. Yes, this is 2004.
It's not very practical.
It was not practical at all, okay? The oversized vehicle charge was fucking crazy. So anyways, I'm driving, gets caught up in one of the road...
Blocks.
No, it's the
Checkpoint.
checkpoints. There we go. Okay. And long story short, I didn't know my license was suspended, and they came and they fucking arrested me. 5 cops. They thought I was gonna be a Hellcat and scratching and going crazy and shit like that. I was like, I don't do that. I'm a dignified lady over here, you fucks. So they handcuffed.
As I'm arrested.
I was like, is this really necessary? And they were like, I'm so sorry. And I
New York cops be extra down there, too.
They-
They put the little checkpoints up.
Yeah,
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah,
No, they do.
they're extra as fuck. So they put me in the paddy wagon, brought me to like the 21st precinct, right? And so it's a heat wave. It's hot as fuck. So all the guys have to be in one cell because they can't be in the cell with me. And so I got the cell all by myself, right? So this cop comes along. Wait. I called my boyfriend at the time and I was like, yo, you gotta fucking come get me. I'm at the 21st. I don't just makes shit happen, motherfucker. This is why I'm with you, right? Click. And so waiting for him.
The pressure that black women put on men, yo.
Get me out of jail!
This is why I'm with you, nigga.
This
Get
is
me
why
out
I'm
of
jail.
jail! You okay? You're from the Bronx. You say that this is what you do. Get me the
You're
fuck out
from
of
the
jail.
Bronx. Okay. Yeah, no.
Hey, don't stereotype the
No, it's
Bronx
fine.
like that.
Listen, he embraced his own fucking stereotypes, okay? You want to be that nigga? Okay, then get me out of jail, motherfucker. So,
All right. Did he do it?
No, he came and picked up my car. Okay? He came and picked up the car. Now check this. At the same time that he picks up the car, some other cop is literally like, Melyssa comes by the cell, sees me inside. I was like, hey, what's up? And he was just like, what are you doing in
Hey,
here?
what's up? Cheater.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, what's up? Get me out of here. And he was just like,
Wow.
get me out of here. I do not want to be in this hot ass jail cell. And he was just like, yo. He was like,
Flirting with another man.
yes, I was flirting to get the fuck out of jail. And he was like, hey, you're in the system. I can't do nothing for you. But here. And he threw a King magazine at me because I was on the cover at the time. He said, could you please sign this? And I was like, you're a piece of shit.
Did you sign it?
I signed it because I'm Canadian and we're nice.
Okay.
You know? And so as this is happening, my boyfriend who picked up the fucking car is getting arrested about 10 blocks away from the
y'all
police
are
station.
real powerful.
Bonnie and Clyde. shit. Bonnie and
Yeah,
Clyde.
y'all are awesome.
He's getting
Queen and
arrested
Slim
by a
nigga.
totally different precinct. Totally different cops. Yeah, so he gets arrested. So here we are. It's the morning. Central booking. Big ass line because the computer system's not working. And all the fucking
never
cops that were at the 21st, they're with me and they're fucking talking shit to me. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And then here comes my boyfriend at the back of the line. They were like, isn't that the guy that came to pick up your car? I was like, yep. They're like, what's he doing here? I was like, why don't you go ask his fucking arresting officer? And they're like, you guys are here in central booking on the same day at the same time for the same offense in the same car on the same night. I said, apparently fucking so. And they were like, oh, wow. We were like the joke of central booking.
That's that karma.
Couples that get arrested together.
That's that karma.
Yeah, we're not together anymore. We're not together anymore.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, you couldn't get her out of jail.
Fucking bum ass nigga.
He got locked
You can't
up.
even pull no strings, bum ass.
Anyways, that was the last time I was arrested. It was 2004. It's been a long time. I have been a law-abiding citizen ever since.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case anybody was like worried. Who is that?
This is our
Trap phone.
Oh, that's the trap phone?
That's our podcast phone, but I think like spammer people be calling.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's a real person.
Is there any more Bel Air? Can I?
I believe so.
You want some more? Come on. Hey, listen, money ain't a thing in here. All right? All the Bel Air you need. What else you need? Booms for them?
I love it.
Some Becks. Some 2020.
Well,
We got it all.
little
Yeah.
Arbor-
Top shelf Becks.
Little Arbor Mist ain't gonna help.
Top shelf.
Arbor Mist.
Come on, man. Huh?
Oh, fucking Arbor Mist.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a movement for a second.
Oh, man.
They wasn't outside.
Wine cooler
Skies
life
are
is a
nuts.
rough
Some
life.
Alizé. What's up?
Oh my God. Is that Alizé? I was just in a liquor store the other day. Is Alizé and fucking Hypnotic making a comeback?
Hypnotic started making a
Hypnotic
little
is
comeback.
making a
Jesus
comeback.
Christ. So do you know what
Hypnotic. Go,
an
Nick.
Incredible Hulk is?
Yes, I do.
Oh no, he
I
knew.
was
They don't in the
outside.
back. They don't in the back. He knows.
I know. I was outside.
You know what that is, right, Ice?
So you know what Thug Passion
know.
is, right?
Of course.
Oh God.
Just don't do that.
I used to be a bartender back
So
in
did
the
I.
day. Yeah.
So
So
did
that
I.
was all when I came to the States.
Different kind of bartender.
Everybody
probably.
was literally like, "I want a Thug
probably made
Passion.
much less.
I want an Incredible Hulk." I was like, "What are these people drinking?
Definitely
you
made
guys
much
don't
less.
I made
care
way
about your
less.
lives or your livers. It's not okay."
Parks was shaking his little ass back there.
your little black t-shirt ain't sit the
Parks was
same.
shaking his little ass behind that bar.
Yeah, he was.
Tall
Little
ass,
tank top
bony
wasn't-
black.
Your little superhero outfit didn't get it done.
I can change a keg though. You know what I mean? Like,
I could change a keg. Oh man.
Bartenders today, boy.
Oh, man.
You can't get orange juice right.
Yeah,
That's nuts,
It's
bro.
it's a
Yeah, that's
shame.
tough. It's tough.
I used to be. Do you know the movie Coyote Ugly?
Maybe you birthed this game.
you might have.
You are one of
ripped-
them.
Whoa.
She
You
actually
wanna-
might be.
Whoa.
It's kinda your
Spotlight. JBP investigative series.
You might be right.
You kinda,
Maybe
that's a
Melyssa
fact.
It's half
Ford
your
birthed
fault,
some
yo.
of this fuck shit
A
going
lot of
on
this
out
shit.
here.
A lot of this shit. Really.
It was
Maybe
not-
you are culpable.
It was not my intention. Listen, you cannot help who picks up the reins after you're,
But that's women empowerment.
you create the footsteps. You don't know who's gonna walk in them. You don't fucking know. You can only hope for the best.
You think they misused your power?
Girls good.
Yeah,
Do
that
I
was
think
a
they
nice spot out of that.
misused?
They misused your power.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
They
necessarily.
redirected it.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Just because different strokes for different folks.
Indeed.
Like we all have different constitutions for things.
Sure.
Yeah,
Canadian Constitution, American Constitution.
No, just in general. Like yeah.
Dominican Constitution. Yeah.
Listen, I look back on life and wish that I had been a total and complete fucking savage in like my.
Do you really?
I absolutely do. Seeing how permissible so much fuck shit is.
It
these
wasn't
days,
back then, though.
That's what she's saying.
It was not back then.
I know.
And that's
No,
where it
she's
comes
saying
from.
she wished she did it.
but do you
Because
see,
she's looking at it.
But
Yeah.
but do you see how forgiving people are and how short term their memories are?
Today.
Yeah, it was always
Fam,
hard.
I was around.
It was hard. It was hard being, and I say this with complete and total humility. So fuck y'all if you take this another way. Okay, it was hard being a pioneer in this effort. You know what I mean? Just like there was no footprints in the sand or the snow or whatever the case is. There was no footprints for me to follow.
You're like Rakim.
I will take that as my fucking compliment. Thank you. And take and be and I listen.
Wait, stop. Just stop 1 second.
I see what you did.
That was a good one.
I can
That was a
see
good
it.
one. That was a good one.
I
That
got
was
it.
good.
But I'm just trying to. Were you want to roast?
No, it's not a roast.
No.
Give me your props.
But in leading the way, there being no blueprint.
There was no blueprint whatsoever. I was hurtling through space and time, had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Always wanted to make it look like I knew what I was doing.
Did you realize the position you were in at that point?
No fucking clue. Otherwise, I would have done things completely
You would've
fucking
capitalized on
differently.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what would you have done differently?
I think we all look back at our,
You want to
Yeah,
know?
isn't that
think
easy
about-
to do with
You
as an
wanna-
adult?
especially if you
Fuck
kind of
no.
had morals in the shit
Yes,
that
it
you were
is.
doing.
Joe, if
like-
you knew what you was doing 20 years ago, you would have been different. You would have. The girls today are branding themselves.
Yeah.
But no, I'm agreeing with you.
They
But
weren't-
that's what
they
I'm
didn't
saying.
know.
We're all adults today. If we look back to when we were 22, 23, 24, yeah, we could see where we could have done some things.
But that's what you
differently,
asked her. You said, "Yo, what would you have done differently?" You would have created a brand bigger than your brand. You would have learned how to monetize it and capitalize on it.
I would have been less susceptible to to the opinions of others. I would have just been very like, it doesn't matter what anybody has to say. I was very susceptible to feelings of guilt and remorse. I felt like I was responsible for fucking racial genocide participating in music videos. Like, that's the way that people made me feel. Because here's the thing, is that when I was doing music videos, they were like these massive budgets, you know, and women, you know, doing music videos during that era, we were placed on a pedestal. Like, we were
Yes.
stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
that's
everybody
true.
wanted to know our
That's
name.
true.
They wanted to know our backstory.
That's
They
like
wanted,
it, girls. That's
they
true.
really we were like the glamazons of the 90s.
Yes.
You know, and then a series of things changed. One, piracy and Napster. That changed the music industry forever. The music industry lost control of their product. And so music labels started to hemorrhage money, you know?
I never really
and this
thought
is
about how that far that trickled
was about
down
to
to
say, yeah.
the video
Exactly.
mixins.
Fuck me up
You know
with
what I
that.
mean?
And,
It's
and
crazy.
so what that trickled down to was the budgets,
The budgets.
decreased exponentially.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, down south rap and stripper culture became a very
Became
big
normalized.
thing.
Yeah.
It's very normalized.
normalized.
Yeah.
And so for one Melyssa Ford who cost like $5,000 to $10,000 a day,
I
do
can
you
go
know
get-
how many girls you could get, pull them off of poles, and they are very comfortable being in front of the
Yeah,
camera
that's true.
Yeah.
with very, you know what I'm saying? And so it just made sense, like, in a financial manner, you know? And so those were some of the things that changed. And then
How did you pivot through that?
no, hold on. And then there was
sorry.
BET Uncut. BET Uncut ushered in a type of video that was way more pornographic in its
Tip
nature.
drill.
Sure.
Exactly. And so what that did was that caught the ire of a lot of, you know, women's groups and stuff like that. You saw this when Nelly got boycotted
And
for
me.
coming
Tip
to,
drill.
and yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it caught me too.
Yeah, okay. So
Caught y'all too.
you
No, definitely caught me.
Yeah.
No,
Caught
you
the
saying
ire
tip
of
drill?
us.
Tip drill ain't even in my top
Yeah.
20 videos
Yeah,
on
nah,
Uncut.
word.
exactly.
Tip drill ain't shit. When you
But
talking
when,
Uncut.
but when Nelly tried to do a sickle cell, you know, anemia drive, you know, at Spelman College, they boycotted him because of
Tip
that,
drill.
because
Of the
of
video.
Tip Drill.
Tip drill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so what ended up happening was
Because of one scene in Tip Drill.
Wow.
the
Swipe.
the
credit card
swipe.
swipe.
Exactly, the credit card swipe. And so
Classic.
what that
Beauty. He
what
changed
that
the game.
ushered in
did.
was
We cash app now anyway, so it's cool.
It devalued you. It devalued you guys at that point.
I don't know how you
It did.
sexualize the cash.
It
app,
did.
but-
It
then
did.
the King magazines and all of the magazines started to find girls from Iowa and
Yeah,
Whoa, yeah.
it just like I started to feel like my cross to bear was the behavior of every single girl on a music video set, and that was not my responsibility. I could only be responsible for myself.
They did
But
put a
I
lot of
took
that on
but
you.
I
They
but
did.
I took a lot of that responsibility, and me now would be like, go fuck yourselves. That's not me. I didn't do shit. I'm only responsible for this human being, and she's good because she operates with her own set of rules. I cannot be responsible for her or for her, but that wasn't what happened. And I took that on, and it really had like a profound effect on my mental health. And we weren't really talking about mental health
Back
in
then,
those
no.
days
Yeah, we
at
weren't talking
all.
about
Not at all.
But I mean, I was at different times, like the depths of my depression were like suicidal during that time in my life. Yeah.
somebody would look from outside thinking that you're just having a ball.
Yeah, they're just thinking that my life is golden, and it wasn't. It just wasn't. I just didn't know how to cope with that level of, you know, responsibility kind of being hoisted on my shoulders. And it didn't really belong to me, but I didn't know how to differentiate myself from being the face of like a movement, you know, and I just didn't know what to do. And then Superhead's book, I just can't. Like that just was the nail in the coffin for any woman who tried to say, no, that's not really what happens on music video sets. It was like, really, bitch?
Who?
Yeah.
It was her.
Yeah.
You. Glow.
Well, I'm not gonna throw her into.
Vita.
I'm not gonna throw.
No,
her
I'm just
into the
saying who
pile.
were at the fore. Well,
Yeah.
she wasn't really even
Exactly. No one knew who the fuck
popping in the videos
No
like
one
that.
knew who she was
Yeah.
until you saw the cover of the book.
Yeah,
we
that's
were all,
true.
I thought she was the Snuffleupagus. Like I never saw
That's
her
true.
on a music video set.
She wasn't really.
The big ones were
You,
me,
Glow.
Gloria, Velez, Vita, Kai Toy.
Kai Toy.
Yeah.
What's the other girl from Jersey?
I've been outside for a long
Yeah, it's
time.
a shame, yo. We terrible. Mia.
Oh,
Mia.
wait, oh my God.
Mia was popular.
Why do
Angel
you
Lola Love.
Birds.
Angel
my
Lola
God.
Love.
Yeah, we terrible.
Angel Lola Love
this
was
is around,
one.
Yeah, this
Buffy.
around Lotus days.
Buffy.
yes.
Yeah, but
This
I
is
mean, I started.
pre-Lotus.
Yeah. But I started in 2000 and then like phased out around 2004 because that's when I got onto BET and Stars in Black and ESPN and I started doing like my
Yeah,
television
you
hosting
left the
gig.
game. You got pop on us. You shit it.
You got to transition. What the fuck? I couldn't do this shit forever. I was like hitting like 30. I was like, I can't be a video girl at 30. This is fucking ridiculous. But, you know, so that's just it.
But think about that.
Yeah.
If we had the information, like we were saying before, yo, she could have been Drea with bathing suits, or you could have put some Fenty shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, you disagree?
Yes,
Why?
because it's a marriage, right? It's always about where you are versus where the universe is. So she could have been that all day long then.
Lacking
But the
information.
tools, even if she had the information back then, the tools, opportunities, and pathways, we needed her. We needed her to go create some of those. We needed her to pass the baton to where now the bad bitch, pardon my language, in Milwaukee could just pick up a phone and make a living, right?
But that social media did that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but it's
Same thing, same
evolution,
thing. True,
right?
true,
She had to go and get support from a BET or like a big, and now it's just not like that in the universe. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, no, it's you know, I could do the woulda, coulda, shoulda game all day long. I'm a Scorpio, like literally, it's in our DNA to fucking ruminate.
No,
and
we
think-
have these talks here because we talk about it in sports with some of the
Talk about
older
that, yeah.
athletes and how they're viewing all of what's going on today.
going on today.
Even with me as a rapper, when I came in versus what's going on in hip hop today, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I see it now. Get
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
But I look at it and I feel like, oh, that's not even possible without our contribution to it.
I agree.
The crazy thing is I'm in the process of pitching like a documentary about that. Literally about the connective tissue from the past to the present and just creating like an understanding of how the women of today as, you know, as financially free and also how much agency they have over and ownership they have over their persona, their bodies, their sexuality, but their lack of understanding as to how you were bred to be this person. You didn't just imagine this shit. Somebody crawled before you could twerk, motherfucker.
Yeah, you talking.
You know, and so
You're talking.
I'm putting together this documentary and I've been in pitch meetings for like the last fucking 5 months and stuff like that. And it's gonna get made and it's gonna win awards because it's gonna be really, really, really controversial in all of the, you know, the different topics of conversation. You know, we're approaching every single conversation. We're talking about colorism, standard of beauty, toxic masculinity, but we're really delving into those, you know, those buzzwords and talking about these topics, but from a fully fleshed out, you know, spherical kind of, you know, manner so that we don't leave anybody out of the conversation. This is not a conversation where women just get to say, oh yeah, I'm a victim and I was put upon and, you know, my achievements were robbed and stolen from. No, I want to have hip hop historians involved. I want journalists. I want men involved in the conversation so that everybody
Just
feels.
let us know when you need to.
Oh, you're
reshoot.
1,000% going to be involved in this shit.
let us
Yes,
know.
that's happening.
We'll pop right up.
I know.
And another thing. about our textual cloth.
No, but that's dope.
No, but one of the things after having done like a million of these documentaries that I never heard really talked about was, going back to your point about accountability and women, is how many women were indirectly participated in another woman's
Demise.
Slander or fucked up situation where she looked the other way, or she served her up on a platter to somebody that she knew was very predatory because I'd rather you be you than me. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And there was a lot of that happening. It was a lot.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in a couple of seconds. That was Melyssa Ford and Ish. Ice is sitting here going through all of the greatest videos on Uncut. And I'm like, yo, you didn't see those things and want to go outside? Like, y'all made me want to go outside. I told you I follow Glory Velez. Like, them videos had it. No, I just had to go to a different floor now. A different floor. I thought I was going to the lobby, but I had to get back on that Miami elevator in the Lowe's. It's back when the Lowe's was a thing.
Don't talk Lowe's to Ish.
You're an old nigga, yo.
I love Glow. Glowworm. I love her.
No, Glow's great.
Yeah, she
Hey,
is.
Glow.
We were on tour together.
I know.
Yeah. Not a lot of people do.
No,
We were Cisco's lead dancers. We were on tour with Cisco, NSYNC, and Pink when she was still an R&B artist. God damn, this is a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, no, I was there.
Yeah.
You followed the tour too?
Huh?
You followed the tour too?
You were behind the tour bus?
Hello. Hello.
I almost quoted one of your lines, but I ain't gonna do that to you, my man.
Oh, man.
Wow, man, we was chilling.
You wasn't supposed to like me.
I'll let you go.
I ain't even go. Yeah. I'm not going to do it to you. You good?
Wow. Wow.
Some friends of you.
See? Wow. Are we playing? Wait, DJ, you want to get dangerous? No, do you want to get dangerous?
No.
Anywho, we had mad things that I wanted to talk about off mic. And now I just don't seem to remember.
Well, we were talking about the classic BET Uncut videos. I don't know if Ice wants to go down his.
Oh, Ice was talking about how he used to jerk off to them shit.
That wasn't.
I was gonna say I don't know if Ice wants to expound on what he was humping the
You
pillow.
You was jerking off?
He was going crazy with his shit.
I was jerking off the Luke. I was in like 16. I was like 16. Nigga.
Wait,
I'm not lying. I was 16, 16.
that just sounded crazy though.
You say what you want. That motherfucking I Wanna Rock shit came on back in the day.
Yeah, but don't say I was jerking off the
I was
Luke.
jerking off the Luke though. Say something like ignorant. I don't know. Just don't say that.
Fam,
I thought we were coming
very
on. I
progressive
thought
podcast.
we were coming on with men complimenting men. That's what I thought we were coming on with.
No,
Not all of us. Not what we used to do when Uncut was on. Ish went crazy. Ish left
fam,
Earth.
y'all niggas lying
giving
though.
compliments.
Ish left the
Y'all
planet.
niggas is so phony, yo.
That nigga going crazy.
Bitch ass nigga.
Order. All right.
Yes.
We are back. We are back. Everyone is feeling great. We have the amazing Melyssa Ford here, along with a host of
I
others.
feel like I'm on mushrooms.
Wait, where's the chocolate bar? Aren't we supposed to get lifted? Are we supposed to get?
Yo, he turned
Yo,
it
you're a
red.
bad influence on this pod.
That shit was funny as hell.
Me?
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's that
Am I
was
the bad
funny. I'm
influence?
sorry.
This is the power of women.
Oh, you have no idea.
I'm telling you, this is the power of women.
Oh yeah,
Women could come in and just be a horrible influence on
Yes.
mature men. Like
Yes.
we're mature men, and look at you.
No,
Look what you're doing.
Nah, I'm leading you to the promised land.
I'm with you.
Promise
Ice.
you.
Ice, I'm with you.
Okay.
Wherever you at.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Joe,
with you.
have you ever microdosed?
Yes.
Of
but
course,
wait,
stop.
stop.
Oh, okay, what?
The fuck is a microdose?
I look down on you guys.
Doing a very
I
little
look
bit of
down.
mushrooms.
I look down on you guys that call it that. That's some new phrase.
Okay, so what are we calling
That's some
it then?
new term.
What do
Niggas
you,
just used to break it up and take it.
Okay,
Before it was called
How much do you
micro
consider a microdose?
dosing.
like 100 grams. milligrams.
See, even back
Listen,
then,
I don't even know.
100 grams.
back then we went by the eye test. We wasn't even weighing.
How much is this 8? Let me look at what.
But I've definitely 100%.
It's a little
I've done everything that you could do since.
I never did dust.
Really everything?
Not everything, because I never did Special K.
I did one a little bit one time.
I never did Special K. I've never
Ketamine.
done crack.
I never did crack.
Never did
Never-
crack.
never did
okay.
crack.
Never did heroin.
Never did heroin.
But I've done opiates, so I mean that's kind of the same.
I
shit,
don't
guess.
count coke, but I mean, if you put a little bit on the weed in the 90s,
Opiates,
it was
as
different.
in oxy.
Oxy, any.
You didn't do oxys?
I've done oxy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's done oxys. Those fucking sacklers.
Word.
Okay.
You never did oxy.
No.
You never did anything.
Codeine,
no,
Darvocet, all that shit, like-
Mature man. All
When
that.
opiates.
I was in the hospital for my car accident, I
You was
got
getting the good shit. They was lacing you.
They had you with the little.
You see your face, yo.
Wait, they had you with the little button.
That's morphine, though, right?
the button
Yeah,
is
but
the
that's
button.
heroin
No,
too.
wait,
That's
the morphine was the button. However, I graduated up to fentanyl and then dilaudid. Dilaudid is the fucking
heard of it.
promised land.
heard of it.
Like it's like a tidal wave just washes over you, and you just have to be very careful about how they like tap that into your vein. I sound like a fucking
We
crackhead
don't
right now.
endorse
that.
I
Yo, you
sound
sound
We
like
don't
a
endorse
fucking
the thoughts and opinions
However,
and
it was
views
a
from.
nurse administering this shit. Okay,
I'm not even
Still
past her
crackhead.
saying I graduated to the Fenty.
Yeah. No. But
No,
here's
she
the thing.
passed Fenty.
So I
middle school.
I passed it, and I went to the dilaudid. But this is all in the hospital, so it's being administered by professionals.
dosages.
However,
They're still pushers.
they
are pushers, and
They
when you
are.
come home, you remember the effects of when you were in that
So
bed.
check this
That's the
out.
tough part about dating the baddies, right? Like they got habits.
So check this out.
had the good
Because
and
I
the
was kind of aware of. They say that an addiction kicks in 7 to 10 days after consistent usage. I was in the hospital for 7 days. By the 7th day, I refused all medication, and they gave me prescriptions. I should have fucking went to the shit and fucking sold those shit, but I didn't. I just refused the prescription. Allegedly, yeah. I didn't do anything. Basically, I stopped all medication that the hospital was prescribing me, and I used CBD as a pain.
Really?
Yeah, to alleviate pain.
That shit does something to you. It really don't do much to me.
fuck with
different ones, right?
I did. Yeah.
It's different
So it was
ones.
tinctures.
Mostly it make me sleepy.
Yeah, I mean, I needed to sleep. My brain
facts.
needed rest,
Yeah.
but I couldn't use THC because I had really bad vertigo. So I didn't use any THC products. So I used all CBD products. That's why, I'm a huge advocate for CBD products, both, with encompassing that within your lifestyle. So, I'm developing a line of Epsom salts and bath bombs and that sort of
With
thing.
CBD in it?
With CBD in
Okay.
it, because
Lavender?
Exactly. Because I actually lived this life. I use these products at my worst moments in life. So I'm a huge advocate of how it healed me. I refuse to leave the hospital with a worse problem in which I went in with,
So many people.
Yeah, facts.
I just did not want to get on. I just did not want to be a statistic. I just
I feel
didn't.
you.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Always.
Is the current you dating?
No, not at all. Not at all. I am dead from the neck down.
You better laugh. You better turn red, motherfucker. I'm waiting for you to turn red.
Do you want to put a sound effect on that? I don't know what that would be.
I don't have a sound effect.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a
Listen.
sound effect for that.
Listen. If anybody's listening, if anybody's
They're
listening
listening.
that wants to bring me back to life, hop in my DMs.
Wait, what? I was not expecting that.
That's all it takes.
Holy shit.
I might not see it because my DMs are a fucking shambles.
Oh my god.
However, I am.
Wow.
I am.
Yo, that is hilarious.
I'm feeling very dead from the neck down. I'm very
but that's what? But that's by choice. Stop it. Stop it.
Is it really
Stop
by
it,
choice?
Melissa.
Yes. By choice,
Melissa, shut the fuck
Is
up.
it really
Yes.
by choice?
Yes. To answer your question, yes.
Yeah,
Answer your own question.
we're telling you yes.
Listen, let me tell you something. Okay, let's pull this concept of sexual desire apart. Let's pull it apart.
That's my favorite shit to do.
Let's pull it apart.
It's my jam.
It's my favorite topic right here. I do that every day. Let me get my shit off.
Okay, so what makes your dick hard?
Mad shit.
You're not getting me in
How much
trouble.
time you got?
Get the fuck out of here.
Let's go around the room.
Where can we start?
Mad shit.
Parks, take it away.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit.
Bad shit.
Yeah.
Name
Like what?
Name
Niggas?
Two. Name two. See?
See?
Don't leave
So
yourself
answer
open
the
like
question.
that. Two things that make your dick hard. Instantaneous hard on.
I don't know where to begin.
This is a horny nigga.
This
is horny Harry right here.
I got an easy one with my wife. You know what I mean?
Did he just say the W word? Oh my God. Melyssa Ford. Oh my God.
Well, if you're gonna pressure me, I'm gonna say something. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go to the safe
Where
space.
you pressuring me? I'm uncomfortable.
Call time out, you bitch ass right
That's the dope shit about being married. You know what I mean?
Dribble through the press.
Nice save.
Alright.
Nice save. Ice. There we go. You've been mad quiet as
That's
fuck.
true.
That's
So
true.
let's start
Nah,
with
that's
you.
true.
Talking all this shit.
Nah, that's true.
Let's start with you, motherfucker.
That's true.
What makes your dick hard? What?
Video games. Wait, what is that?
Blue boys.
I don't know what that is. Help me.
All right. I should have
Oh shit. Oh man.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
All of you need to grow up.
Everybody's immature
Little
right now.
tote.
Ice. I'm not. Listen. Go ahead.
Yo, stop with the toe
I-
tape,
Look,
bro.
this nigga rubbing his eyes. Those is new eyes.
Look, I even got
Those
black
are brand new eyes.
Why you rubbing your eyes?
Nigga rubbing his LASIX out.
Oh, women that I'm attracted to.
Yo,
Okay.
men are so awkward.
Okay, so better question. What
You go, Joe. Ho. You go, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
Well, first of all, a woman with a brain. Someone that can think for themselves.
Politically correct.
Tits and ass. Soft skin, a beautiful smiling teeth.
Like, yeah, nigga.
Pussy.
The fuck? What's up? What's up?
All right, Ish.
Train.
I'm listening.
Things that make my
These
dick
niggas
hard.
still ain't answering. It's they dick.
Nah, you know I'm a talker. So
Tell her.
Conversation make my dick hard.
Nice. Okay.
Why you looking at Ice, yo? You make me
I didn't even know
sick,
you was
yo. This
looking at me.
nigga
I'm
mad
looking
at
at
you. Feet. This nigga. Oh yeah, pretty feet make my. I like feet. I like legs. This nigga such a bitch.
Ooh, you're sapiosexual.
Nah, and she got a dead ass. Nah, her feet is out today,
They're
son.
kind of cute. They're kind of cute. Look, no
look.
bunions, no trunnions, no corns,
Oh, shit, that-
no nothing.
ish.
You see that? You see that? I'm sorry. Listen.
Stop! What name is in that jar?
I know, I'm sorry. Listen.
Oh man,
Listen.
Don't get picked now.
so stupid.
Listen. A
This
woman.
is the Joe
Listen. Let me
Budden
tell you something.
podcast OnlyFans.
Listen. Let me tell you
Featuring
something.
Melyssa Ford's feet.
Hey, listen. A woman with pretty feet is like a motherfucker with like a 9-10 inch dick. We flex them. You know what I'm saying? They beautiful. No corns, no trunnions, no bunions.
What the hell's a trunnion?
Yeah, I never heard of
I
a
just
truck.
make the.
Oh, okay, I thought it was some new shit.
I made the shit up. But in all my years of wearing high heels, I got no bumps.
Melyssa Ford.
Yes.
Melyssa Ford.
Yes.
I want to toss to our resident foot expert, Ish. Can we get some type of analysis on Melyssa Ford's foot? That shit is all right. I don't even
I'm
know
not even
about
a foot
feet.
guy, but
I don't
she
even
got
know
nice
about
feet.
feet,
I don't-
but
No, we gotta hear
Nah,
from the foot connoisseur.
nah, let me get an ear on for the Ish. Tell us.
Is there a good foot
Look at
song?
him. Now, you just nigga smiling like that. Look at that fucking feet,
not
nigga.
even smiling. You-
Stop blushing at me,
That's the
nigga.
review.
Now stop fucking flirting with me in front of Melyssa Ford. What do you think?
Yo, you make me. I'm not. They don't. Bitch ass nigga, you. Hey yo, that's what y'all doing?
Yeah, this nigga has turned. Holy shit.
Hey yo,
All right, come on.
I know my African brother ain't back there doing that.
They closed
No,
the
baby.
door in
No,
video
dead
biz.
ass. Yo,
Come on.
Yo, I got
Yo, stop.
What?
You stop, yo.
What?
Because
Listen.
women do that shit. Stop, yo. Stop. Women
You
do that on
guys,
purpose.
listen. You let me out of the house.
Holy
okay?
shit.
I've been living a very isolated existence.
Hey, yo, fam, that's
It's hot here, right? That nigga sweating like shit. Nah, give him some air, yo.
nigga.
Nah, point it that way, yo. Point it there towards him.
Oh, man. Holy shit. Over there looking flush. Niggas got my
Nah, give me some air, yo. Nah, for her feet is
too?
beautiful, yo.
Thank you.
That's what
Feet
you
is
doing, my
beautiful,
nigga?
yo.
Thank you.
Shit.
I will not
Best
understand.
podcast ever.
I will not understand the foot fetish niggas. I'm putting this on Instagram.
Yeah. You totally
tell
take a
y'all
picture.
now.
That's what
Take
you do?
a picture of them.
No, honestly.
Yeah. Yes.
All
Yo,
right.
it's mad niggas that like heels. Yo, dog, girls make a living off of showing their feet.
You want to know what's like some,
No bullshit.
You want to know some weird no, not weird. No judgment. Love it. You know what? Men who like feet and have like
Hey,
a
whoa,
foot
whoa, whoa.
fetish.
Look at him. Walk slow, Mel. Don't.
You know what they like?
I know what they like.
Okay.
This shit about to get nasty.
Maybe this is a question for him.
This is lit.
So, do you like let's just say I had like a cupcake with a lot of icing and
Oh,
sprinkles
that's his
on it.
bag. Yo, nah,
And
he
so-
loves that
And
shit.
so, like, if
He like sweets and candy, son.
if I
Yo, you get that
smashed
nigga
it,
dick on rock right now.
if I smashed it and I let the cake just slide
Oh my
through my
God.
toes and stuff.
I'm not even like.
Wow.
That worked for me. I don't even like feet.
Yo, this nigga's stupid.
Word.
Yo.
That shit's amazing.
Cupcakes.
Who's this joke on?
We ain't got no cupcakes.
Hey, Alex, run the Intamins.
I'm going right now.
Go get us some Intamins real quick.
Yo, you stupid.
Yo, I know we laughing, but what she's doing,
Pure chaos.
what she's doing is exactly why real niggas have to have a baddie protective shield up when they come in. 'Cause that's not right.
No, that's not funny. That's funny.
Don't do that.
That's hilarious.
I
She's
mean,
spreading the
yeah.
toes apart and shit. Chill out. Come on.
Nah, that nigga Ish is going to get him a cupcake as soon as we leave here.
No, I feel like, but in my experience, personal experience, I find that all men have some strange foot thing, like they.
No.
No,
You've
a
never
lot of niggas.
We might all have some
No.
strange shit, but
You
it might
guys
not be
have
feet.
never you guys have never asked a girl to like put her foot up against your dick and like massage it with your
Yeah,
toes.
once just I want to see what that shit felt like, but then it was
See. At least half the room knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, I've never
I
done
ain't
that.
asked for that. She did that on the strength.
Because another nigga
and
asked
you didn't
her.
say no.
Oh,
stop,
shit.
please.
Another nigga asked her. Niggas got.
So she thought niggas like
Man,
that. No,
dog,
you right. You
feet
right.
and shoes. You can't tell me a chick can have on some regular shit. She got the right shoe on with the right arch.
Can I ask you a question, to be honest?
Absolutely.
Before Melyssa did this foot ensemble, did you look at her foot?
Yeah. She took her shoes. She's sitting right next to me, nigga. She had her shoes off when I walked over here.
No, that's seeing the foot.
I didn't size her
But
up.
did you- that's
feet.
what I'm saying.
No,
Did
no,
you
no.
look at her foot
But
like-
when I walked over here, she.
You ain't looking
To be
you ain't looking at
fair,
foot like
Yo, you made me sick,
to
my
be
nigga.
fair, I did walk in here with like 5.5-inch black
Tell him,
patent
please.
leather
Why you telling me?
pumps. They're eye catching. You're gonna, you know, the
Every
high
nigga
arch,
in here know. Every girl in here knows
you're
that.
gonna notice.
A girl got the right shoe on. You be like, damn.
It's like, okay, that's cute. Okay.
Yo, she could be all right looking with a nice shoe on and a nice walk.
oh no.
It'll add a couple points.
Yes.
A nice walk will add to points.
I'm with you, Bart.
Crazy.
All right,
Yo,
it's a cool
you're
shoe.
bugging. A
So
walk
I am
is
imagining,
important.
right, that what it took to take Melyssa Ford on a date back in these days and what it takes to take Melyssa Ford on a date today would naturally be two different things, right? Like, this Melyssa Ford here seems a lot tougher to crack. Like,
Really?
No,
It seemed the opposite to me.
you're spot on. I am I'm very simple. I'm very, very simple. I always kind of have been. I let the guy lead. And if the guy leads
Wow.
with I have 10, 20 million dollars in the bank and there's a private jet coming for us and shit, I'm like, I got my passport. I'm good to go. If a guy leads with like I have a stable job and stuff like that. We're going to go to Nobu or something like that. I'm okay with that. I understand who it is that I'm dating, and I don't put unnecessary pressure on that particular individual to be somebody who he's not.
Yo, clap
That's
that up.
dope.
Yo,
That's dope.
I don't
rare.
understand.
Nah, it's dope.
I truly don't understand why any woman would do something like that. You know who you met. Do not try to make him something that he's not. And I'm all for self-betterment. I'm all for ambition and drive, but it cannot be at the behest of somebody who is, needling you to do that in order for them to be able to still, maintain your desire
Interest.
for them, your interest. Exactly. The two things are exclusive concepts. You know what I'm saying? One thing has nothing to do with the other. So if I'm dating the regular guy, I know who I'm dating, and I'm not going to regale him with fucking stories of when this ball player got a private jet for us and then got rose petals laid out at the L'Hermitage and fuck all that. Why am I going to do that? That's so
it's
stupid.
a nice night.
Yeah, but that is a nice
That's
night.
a nice fucking night.
But
The L'Hermitage with some rose.
L'Hermitage is, it's still
it's a
the
nice
sleeper.
night.
You know
Just
what I mean?
talking to you niggas. Yeah, I think so too.
It's
But anyway,
still the sleeper. But yeah, I don't make those kinds of I just don't mix the pot like that,
Okay.
And I'm cool with dating the regular ass guy. I've dated a couple of regular ass guys recently.
a couple
within,
is two.
How'd that work out?
Couple is two.
I'm single.
All right.
Yeah, I'm single. But
Do you think there's a conflict of lifestyles or?
No, I'll
good question.
I'll be completely candid. The truth of the matter is that when is that I've just had a really difficult time dealing with my mom passing away. So I just have I'm probably not the best person to date because there's still so
Too much baggage right
there's
now.
so
Yeah.
much going on underneath the surface. When your mom dies, it's like your anchor that held you to the earth is gone, and you're just floating, and you just don't understand. It's just
I can't imagine it.
I can't.
you don't want to
I
be
don't
a
even
part of
want
this.
to talk of
you don't even want to be a part of this club.
I'm gonna knock on wood. Even.
Yeah, it's and I don't want. I'm not going to be Debbie Downer because there's beautiful things that happened as a result of my mom passing away. We had a lot of very in-depth conversations. I got to know her more in the short span of time of her demise or leading up to her demise than I had spent being her daughter for 40-something years. And so my only advice to everybody is love as hard as you can, unabashedly, without shame. Do whatever it is that you're thinking about doing and have a conversation with your parents and get to know who they are outside of being your mother and father. They are individuals past the point
Yes,
of which
that's
you
great.
know, and just get to know them. You know what I mean? And it just enriches your relationship and it enriches your life experience, the human experience. And these are things that I wish that I'd had the opportunity to do and I just didn't. So now I just try to give unsolicited advice every chance I get.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should, because that's important.
Yeah. So
That
when
was great.
when it comes to dating, I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like because my concept of finding a life partner looks different than it did before my mother passed away and even before my accident.
I'm sure.
I was a Toys R Us kid. I was Peter Pan syndrome.
Right.
I did not want to grow up at all. I looked like I did.
Most people in the music or entertainment businesses are
Exactly.
like that.
We are like that. And I
Yeah.
had no plans and I was just
Carefree.
just carefree and every
Yeah.
day as it came. And then life was like, okay, we're gonna hand you something. We're gonna let you know what's up, and we're gonna let you know that you need to start planning. Otherwise, bitch, you're gonna end up on Skid Row. You gotta figure it the fuck out, So now for me, I'm not necessarily just looking for what I used to look for in
Right.
men, which was a lot of physical, related to physical desire. And it's not. It doesn't look like that anymore. For me, it's it's comfort, it's security. It is
Intangible.
Sense of humor, probably.
Intangible.
It's sense of humor. It's somebody that I'm going to.
Somebody that can make you laugh.
Listen, Joe. I got a really dope life. I can take myself
That
anywhere
part.
in the world
Alone.
and I have a global community of friends. So I can be in the Japanese Alps in 13 hours. Like, that's no problem. As long as I leave right
I didn't even know they
now.
had Alps in Japan.
Wow.
That's some nice little stunt, brag. Nice little stunt, little bragging ass nigga.
Japanese Alps.
That's crazy.
Thought that was only in Switzerland.
I can be where I want to be if I desire to be there whenever I desire to be there. However, what I would like is I would like a witness to my life. And I would like I would like to witness somebody else's life. I would like for us to like be looking at a sunset over the fucking Serengeti and look at each other and be like, yo, this shit's fly, right?
Didn't that giraffe just come?
Then that giraffe, you see that shit? You know what I mean? That's what I want. And to be completely honest, I would love somebody that I feel comfortable enough spoiling. You know? Like I
You want to be a sugar mama?
No, not that type of spoiling.
Look. No, we gonna correct you quick. No, nigga, not that.
Not that
Little foot
type,
rod.
not that type of spoiling.
Gotcha.
I would like somebody who I'm equally yoked with financially so that we can build together.
Sure.
And we have investment
Indeed.
properties and we have vacation homes and we create a dope ass life together. No, but I want somebody who has had a hard day. He comes home and I rub both his heads. Yes. Like that's what I'm looking for. But I'm looking for the person that I want to do that with.
I'm uncomfortable.
It might be your faja.
Can't breathe.
I'm gonna bounce back.
Yo. Corey.
Shit, yo, y'all are silly, yo.
Stop being shy, you guys. What the fuck? Okay.
Never shy.
No, they're shy.
never shy.
They are shy.
Okay.
They're shy.
Okay. So
They are.
Ice.
They're naturally shy.
Because you were super quiet over there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
talk to me.
needling over there. What's your love life like right now? Your love life like right now. What is that?
I'm dating.
You dating? Mm-hmm. Is there anyone serious?
Figuring it out.
Is there anybody that you really, really like?
Yeah.
Ish? Yeah?
Ish. Like-ish.
What do you like about her most?
Hey, Rob.
Check us, make sure you're there.
Nigga.
Hey, Rob, you good?
And
Hey,
do you bring her around these motherfuckers?
No.
Now that's what you could talk about. Hold up now.
We here?
Now we're cooking.
We here?
They don't.
They don't bring the girls around you? The girls that they're interested, they don't bring them around you? Do you ever wonder why?
I won't say me, but around.
Why?
I don't know.
Hey, Joe. I ain't bring my last girl around you?
She was great.
Okay.
And then what happened?
She was great.
We're just not together anymore.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's adult. Okay. So this one, what do we like most about her?
This is so...
You can say it's good pussy. Like you're allowed to say that.
No.
Oh,
see why
she
you
might
need
be
women
listening.
around.
No. Oh, sorry. It's not just about the pussy.
Melissa, a lot of people be listening to this thing. Like, and sometimes when you're like intimate with people, and then you do like a broadcast, like even if you're not fucking them anymore, like they'll watch.
That's happened to me.
And it could jam you up, right? Like in your presence. So the men here, these guys, well, he's married, so he doesn't are cognizant of some of that, right?
Oh,
and
so
it can make their home life just more difficult than it would need to be. I think that's what it is.
Okay, well now I really want to know. What is What do you like most about her?
Why she bae?
Compliment each other well.
You compliment each other well.
Why you do that stupid face like this?
Ain't no
when you-
face, bro. I'm sitting back so I'm looking at who I'm talking to. I got the mic right here, so I'm being professional.
Compliment each other.
Okay.
Yeah. We compliment
You
each other well.
compliment each other well.
Yeah, I like
okay.
that.
I like that too. Okay.
Great chemistry.
Yeah. It's
Very important.
chemistry is the most important thing when it comes to relationships. You
agree.
can't fake it. It
it's
cannot
true.
be falsified.
Is there a relationship if there's no chemistry? Like, how,
Oh yeah.
Today?
Hello.
what's the point?
What's the
Today?
point
Depending on
of
the person.
Come on, Parks.
Some
I'm
people,
serious. That's a
some
serious
people want
question.
the financial security, so they
Boom.
might not have relationship
Boom.
a good
Fuck
chemi-
y'all be doing
Some
on the
people just
couch
don't
at
want to be by themselves.
10 o'clock on a
That
Wednesday.
part.
Fam,
Yep.
You think I'm joking? It's a lot of people out here. They don't have any chemistry. She might be from a certain situation, an environment. He presents an opportunity for her. He might have a 3-inch dick. she will sit there and tolerate the 3-inch dick.
Tolerate.
You got to, from what I hear, tolerate me.
Okay, so wait. Same question for you.
I heard you, Joe. You so corny. Such a goof.
He doesn't have headphones on.
Which question?
Shit.
Which questions?
Okay, so are you involved with somebody right
Yes.
now? You are? Mm-hmm. What is it that you like most about her?
The intangible shit.
Feet.
The kindness. Nah,
Y'all are
the real shit. Kindness, unselfishness. Just a all around the board good person. I'm 46. We all been around industry. All that
you
shit.
look good for 46.
Thank you.
You look good for just whatever, but,
But-
46. God, I didn't see that. I thought you were gonna say like 35.
So you know,
for
we've
fuck's
been
sake,
around.
shut the fuck up, okay?
Nah, that
Can
ass.
I just give a compliment?
She's complimenting
He
you.
don't like compliments.
Say thank you.
I said thank you already, nigga.
Say it louder.
Okay, so
So nah, we've been around.
Okay, yeah.
All of us, we've been around. We ran the same streets.
Yes.
We know the same people. And to find somebody that's genuine nowadays is rare.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody
agree.
that don't necessarily have no ulterior motives. They just like you and want to fuck with you. That's rare.
That is very rare.
I'm just curious.
That is
like,
very.
Shoot.
Please speak into the microphone.
Oh, sorry. How because I know how my generation is moving now. Like, if you're trying to date someone new, like you don't know them, like no one here knows them. How do you meet them? Like, what's the how does the
It's different
Online.
for them.
But y'all,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
y'all
on the
have to,
internet.
yeah. Today, y'all
different
how
for
old are
them.
you?
On
For those who don't know.
Tinder.
Hey, 22.
No, I'm just saying for those who didn't.
On
Yeah,
Tinder.
y'all today, it damn near has to be through an app.
On Grindr.
That's not
If I
true.
say for
Let
y'all,
me
I say for y'all.
Let me take that back.
I
That's
know.
not true for them.
Yo, did you just say?
What? He asked me a question.
Fucking fool,
I'm on Grindr. You're not on Grindr? I forget it.
nigga. No, because it was the same. We was the MySpace kings.
Nobody's- No, but no.
We also
I was
met
the
women
Black
out.
Planet
though.
King, the
Yeah.
Mihente King.
Oh, yeah,
the
no,
MySpace
Mihente was
King.
it, baby.
Nigga, you know. Why you make? I hate when you do
I'm
that.
just,
that wasn't it, though.
I'm just laughing at things.
Yeah.
My jersey on Mahente somewhere.
Nigga, in the rafters. A little MySpace. What? Nigga. But anyway,
Yeah.
for y'all, it's the same shit. I think that
That's
social
worse.
media plays a part, but he
It's
can meet a
worse.
good girl walking in the grocery store. He can meet a
You
good
can't
girl
talk to her
walking in
today.
Target.
Yeah.
You can't speak to her today.
We got to stop spreading that.
Why?
That's not true.
Why?
Yes, it is.
Wait,
That's a
wait,
certain.
why?
Ho.
I'm actually
That's
with
a
it,
certain
100%.
demo. That is a certain demo.
Okay.
Every
Why
girl
can't
ain't
you-
a baddie or consider themselves
I'm
a
not-
baddie.
He didn't say nothing about it.
I know,
I didn't say
that's
nothing about
beyond
that.
I
But
didn't finish my
my
sentence.
point is,
No.
you don't know until you speak to her.
And I know. So
And
look,
once
and some of them are open to being talked to.
Y'all
I'll
are
be-
not.
I'll be
Y'all are
outs-
not saying.
I'll be outside
that
the
you could
bars
go
and
and
shit.
speak to a woman today the same way you could when we had to write her number down with a pen and paper. You're not
Absolutely.
saying
It's
that.
probably
right?
different.
Absolutely.
please
That
stop.
was
No.
It's a little
brilliant.
different.
Absolutely, you can't.
It's a little
That's not
different,
true.
but
That's
it's
not
still
true.
you can still.
It's still the equal. If you meet,
Ish, you don't talk to girls.
I know, but I know niggas that do. So what I'm saying is this: if you could see a girl in the club and talk to her,
What club?
Yeah, what
they
club?
still in clubs, Joe.
What club? I'm asking you
I
as a
don't-
New Yorker.
What's popping in New York? Nor?
I don't think that.
Fucking Pergola, any of them shits.
To be honest with you, I
Yeah,
don't know.
ish.
Come on, dog. That's not true.
Yo, people might.
and
Every
Pergola,
nigga's
them
not
niggas is
meeting
on
their girls.
That doesn't mean
People
at
are
a
still
party,
in bars.
like-
Nigga, go downtown to Lower East Side.
I hear
It's
you.
niggas in
Okay,
bars.
I-
Look
So
where
wait,
you telling me to meet my girl
Wait,
at.
question. Where do you meet women?
No, I wasn't curious about me. I was curious.
No,
about
no.
you.
I'm
Like,
curious about you.
Well, I
Where
mean,
do you meet?
I've been with my girl for like
Oh.
3 years now. So
Okay, where'd you
Nigga,
meet her?
no.
Where'd you meet her? Where'd you meet her?
we went to school together.
You went to school together.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not of the times. That's regular.
That's regular.
That's regular.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's amazing.
We can go and
That's
say less
amazing.
tonight.
Yeah.
All of us could go to say less tonight.
Yeah.
And it could be a group of girls and say less. And somebody gets up to walk to the bathroom or walk to the bar, and a nigga could stop her and have a conversation with her and engage. If she finds
Let
you
me
attractive
respond
and
to him,
charming,
please.
you could get her number.
Okay, we have been to Say Less a million times, and there have been beautiful women in there each time, and none of us has said any word to any of them.
That's
Why
still
do
the-
you think that is?
Because we all in relationships, most of us, but that still
That'll
don't mean
stop us.
Look, that still don't mean that the opportunity is not there to do so.
The crazy,
Because you didn't act on it, that don't mean it's not
Yo,
present.
you was outside when you needed a pen and paper to write a number down.
I was.
You
and I still
can't be
wasn't
saying
hollering.
it's the same, yo.
I
Stop
still,
it.
This is what
It's
I'm saying.
not the same. It's
I
not the
wasn't
same.
hollering back then, Joe.
It is not the
You
same.
not hollering
Same,
today,
though.
you can't make the distinction.
Social,
I can as a nigga that talks to girls.
Social media has altered the course of all of our
Interaction.
lives
Interaction.
and the way we interact with each other. Because even if we do meet in a random ass place like it's called Say Less, this is some new ass shit.
Yeah, some
okay.
restaurant did new
Okay,
shit.
right. Okay. So even if we,
Oh, you've never been?
I haven't been here since pre-pandemic. Yeah. So we going after the Chinese food? Great, wonderful. Okay,
After the Chinese food.
even if you meet somebody under those circumstances where it's an actual meet cute, you know what I mean? Like you're in the same place, you're not on your phones, and it's just like, oh, you cute. We have a conversation. Eventually, our social media
Will collide.
For sure.
it's going to
course.
collide,
That's part
and
of
it's
it.
going to alter.
And tell me the last time each of you met somebody not online, like established a relationship at the start, not online.
It's
been a while.
The last time that
or
I
be
met
one out of the last.
somebody-
Like, come on.
The last time that I met somebody, like interest-wise,
Organically.
that I met not online, would have been
The Japanese Alps.
2019.
I will say this though.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Before the pandemic.
Most of the women that I met, I've been married in a relationship for like 7 years now or whatever it is. Before that, I would say that most of the women that I met just at a night, at a bar, at a club, whatever, it's usually a fairly short-lived, if not a one-night kind of affair because you don't really get to understand what this human being is about. You know what I'm saying? The internet, the positivity that the internet brings to the dating culture is that you can kind of really suss out what they're about, what their stances are on politics, family, all the shit that really kind of matters in a long-term relationship.
Social media is different, though.
makes it so that the mystery of unfolding all the layers of a human being that used to come from like conversation and multiple dates.
Yeah.
It's literally right there on a fucking
go see
profile.
all-
That's
though.
all we gotta know.
That's not true.
That's a lie.
That's not true.
Not true.
Because you could look at
You don't know that person.
and know nothing about me. Nothing.
Okay.
And girls have told me like, yo, I could look at your social media page and to me you just blank.
Fam, I take it a step further. I lie all day on my shit.
No, but you're talking about what you put out on social media.
I'm-
You can watch what
I'm
people
definitely-
retweet, like.
Yes. I'm definitely.
just got on Twitter,
I'm definitely speaking in a general sense. So let's just say you meet somebody in a bar, couple, and then you go to their Instagram or their Twitter, and you find out that
All this Trump shit.
exactly you find out that they are a full blown Trump supporter, and what that means to a lot of people is being a Trump supporter isn't just just innocuous. Like it's not just that one thing. It means a whole bunch of things.
true.
It means you have
I agree.
a complete and total,
You're a
well-formed
racist, you're a
ideology.
this, you're a that,
Exactly.
and that's
so,
not true,
So
but-
what that's gonna do is that's gonna let you know who you believe this person to be. Your perception has now kicked in, and you believe these certain things about this person, and you're probably not gonna have a conversation with them past this moment of where you're like, oh, she's a Trump supporter. Fuck this shit. She's a fucking crazy ass bitch. Whatever your politics are.
This is a great opportunity to let you guys know that ICE is an active member on truth.com.
No, it's Truth Social.
Truth Social.
I don't know what that is.
That's
Trump's
Trump's
Twitter.
his app, his social media
His own
app.
personal app he started.
Yeah, that he started once he got ran off Twitter.
And how's it going?
ICE is a member.
Oh, because
He pays
I'm
monthly.
gonna find out what the fuck. I'm gonna see the plan. Y'all not gonna be over there discussing what's gonna happen, we don't find nobody knows.
I think that's high. I think that is a very smart move.
The second they announced that shit, I ran to sign up.
I think
I'm
that's
going to be over there
I
looking
think
and
that's a
seeing
smart
what the
move.
fuck is
You
going
gotta
on.
know it. You gotta know
You're
what
not going to text y'all the plan.
the quote unquote enemy is doing. You
wanna
gotta
see that
know
shit.
that. And that is I say that.
And I'm not
in-
active, but
Yeah.
I don't like post
He's
over there.
he's
nothing.
just-
It's hard for some people to
That's
see.
not
You're
true.
stop-
Yeah,
you're-
some
you're
people
just
were
I'm not
so
like-
grateful.
That's not true.
You're creeping.
He's over there acting like
Been,
one of them.
Yeah. that's
Shut
true.
the fuck.
I'm telling y'all what he forget it.
I don't post over there.
Yes,
at
you
all.
do.
I don't.
You be over there acting like them.
Oh,
I
he said
seen you.
Ice be over there acting like
I
Be
don't
over there acting
post.
like them. Yeah, let's get him.
Yo, I think it's a
Clayton
big,
Bigsby.
I got a resentment toward Ice, by the way.
Yo.
If nobody knew, I got a little resentment toward Ice.
You do?
Yeah, Ice didn't tell me about his little twitchy deal.
Oh, it's twitchy now.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
shit.
Yeah,
Dissension
I
in the
didn't
ring.
tell-
And little, with the little and
That's
changing
foul.
names.
That's
I
foul.
see
That's
your
foul.
beautiful.
No, Ice ain't tell me about his
Rolls-Royce.
switch deal.
Congratulations.
Yes, round of applause for Ice again.
Not for nothing. I didn't tell nobody.
But I know, but
I
I'm not
just-
nobody. I'm talking about me and you. And I told you certain things, like shared in a real vulnerable moment about some things that was going on. I just thought it would be like, I just want reciprocity like Lauren.
I just love that, Joe. You're so vulnerable.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's fucked up. Tired of being kind to people and they're not kind to me. Thank you, Parks.
Yo,
But anyway, if you feel fine going to sleep at night,
You can sleep like that.
True social,
that's
nigga.
fine.
True social. Hey, fuck you, Ish. Now,
Yo, what's your name on there?
Officially Ice.
Oh, you up there representing?
I don't post. I just have a page over there.
Do you have a Confederate flag in it?
I don't have anything
They're gonna hang
up
him.
there.
What have you seen?
They're going to hang Ice.
No, they're gonna
Oh, they be
love
wildin'.
him. Blacks for Trump.
They be
That's
wild.
Okay. Hashtag
Oh,
blacks
yeah, those
for
be
Trump.
the stupid niggas standing behind
That's
Trump
what-
with the flyers talking about.
Blacks for Trump. Yeah.
And Jim Brown.
They're gonna be like, oh my God, we got another one. You know.
Nah, like I don't even have a profile pickup.
you should
like, literally,
totally
have nothing.
fake it.
That's
They
so
got
funny.
Jim Brown and his dementia up there. Trump, like, nigga, if you don't sit down.
Yeah. Who's the other football player?
Yeah,
that
they got a
just-
few of them up there.
What's
Herschel
that?
Walker.
Herschel Walker, there we
Herschel
go.
Walker.
Dumbass.
All right.
Herschel
yeah.
Walker.
Lil
Yeah.
Pump.
Not get
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Lil Pump. And Kodak.
Yo, but
Wayne.
Where's
But I'm not mad at the dude that he
Kanye.
got out of jail bigging him up.
Yeah.
never? I'd be
If
right
you got
there.
me out of jail, I might big you
Nigga,
up. too.
I'd have a banner, a flag. What you want me?
What,
What?
MAGA, what, tattoo? Where?
Hey, word. Crazy. Red hat on my arm, the whole shit.
What did you say you were majoring in?
Oh, the major that I created is
Huh?
creating a
He
present
created a major.
consciousness of structural racism.
See what white
One
people
more time.
See what white
Wait,
people
wait,
can
wait.
do? White wealthy motherfucker. I created a major.
One
nigga.
more time.
Creating a present consciousness of structural racism. But to be fair, the program that I'm in, like everyone creates it, so it's not like I made some like shit that now a whole graduating class is about to do. Like
You
I
woke
did it
as
and then
hell.
it's done, and then-
What school you go to?
You know what I mean?
NYU.
Yeah.
You woke as
So
hell.
what's the program you're in that allows you to create your own major?
It's called Gallatin, the School of Individualized Study. So same way you would go to like Stern, like the business school. That's like a subsection of
Wharton.
NYU.
So when you
Stern.
when you
Yeah.
graduate, what does your degree say?
It's a BA.
It's
Bachelor of
a
Arts.
bachelor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha.
But that's like when people ask me what I major in.
Man,
That's that.
God, you know, I want to come back as a white man. I do.
How do you still remain so ambitious with a rich family?
Ambitious in what way?
Whatever way you're ambitious in.
Financial.
Take that.
Ambitious enough to
Take
care
that.
about
Making up some shit.
carving your own path in life and not relying on
Take
your
that.
family
But that's when you can
Smart.
do that.
and money and
That's
yeah.
the option
Yeah.
and the luxury that he
Well,
has.
Exactly.
Yes.
You
yes.
always
Don't
have
try to
that as a
shame him.
drawback.
I'm not. No, that's my man. Yo,
Yeah.
that's what we talked about. When you wealthy, you have options. You
Yes.
could do whatever the fuck you want to do. He could
That's
focus
true.
on whatever he wants to focus on because he don't have the burden of, yo, I gotta graduate school, I gotta get a job,
True.
I gotta map this out, I gotta
Yeah.
start carving a path for my life at 23.
Yeah,
I will
that's
say
very
though,
true.
like part of why I did it was I felt like the classes that I would take in this program were the classes that like every white guy should have to take, and so whatever field I go in after, like whether I'm debating like an MBA or like law school, whatever the case may be, like I wanted that knowledge, whatever field I went in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
A genuine love of, and he
but
fuck
again,
with us.
that's a privileged position though. Like
fuck
to be
with
able
us.
to do that and say
do
like,
you mean
no,
fuck
I
with
don't
us?
like
He-
have like I
He
can
fucks with
take
us
that
like
in
Parks
different-
fucks with us. Right?
do you
So
mean?
when Parks is white, Mike's white. But they have a genuine
Curiosity.
and drive, to be around us and to understand. I think even when we start talking guy girl shit, you gotta really wanna understand and not be dismissive of
Agreed.
the other people. To understand and maybe even grow to empathize and sympathize with their plight, their issues, etc. When you start talking about white black shit, a lot of times it gets dismissed or the conversations don't really be had because one of the parties not really willing to have them. We sitting here and we talk mad white shit. When I first came on the pod, I asked him, I said, yo, did I offend you or did I say something that was a little... Because when I first came, we was white, and I'm like, yo, he white. I don't want to be a dick in this nigga's house. You get what I'm saying? Like, because that's something that we got to be cognizant of. And I think that because he's so open to hearing and accepting, and sometimes we get in arguments, he may not even agree with us, but he's still open to the dialogue and the
He
conversation.
told us I got white privilege. Fuck y'all.
And I'm not selling
He
it.
did not say
He
that.
did say that.
And I'm not selling it for no amount.
100% said, but it's fine. I mean, I don't blame him.
He genuinely fucks with
know,
black
I'm fucking
people
with
and
him.
wants to understand
I got
and be able to have those conversations.
Have you had the opportunity to travel a lot?
I mean, what? Like, I guess so. Yeah.
I'm not talking
I don't
about
know, like-
domestically. I'm not talking
me
about
either.
domestically. You're not
No,
going to learn
not
shit
really.
going to Atlanta.
Not really.
Right. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Travel's
Do you have a
amazing.
desire to
yeah,
to travel?
yeah, but
Okay.
not like in this. I don't know. I love New York, which is like.
Right.
Me
that's
too.
weird.
Yo,
Like,
travel is the best.
Some of us
Traveling-
don't. Some of us don't
That's
leave.
bad
So,
shit in the world.
do you know who Anthony Bourdain is? Okay, so Anthony
Rest in
Bourdain.
peace.
Yes, Anthony
in peace,
Bourdain
legend.
is one of my idols. I
Same.
Wow.
I literally
Still.
I read everything that he's written. I've watched the documentary Roadrunner. I've watched every
Did
single.
you watch Treme? I didn't realize that he co-wrote that. It's by the people David Simon that did The Wire and do the new show.
Yeah,
He co-wrote that show. I did not
yeah.
realize that he wrote that show. I tried to watch it like 6 times and I
Yeah.
just got bored. But anyway.
But I've watched every single episode of Parts Unknown. I was a huge Anthony Bourdain fan. I was devastated when the news, came out that he committed suicide. I had a really difficult time believing that he did until I watched the documentary Roadrunner.
He was out of here. He was getting the fuck out of here.
No, but it was so.
I know.
Remember, you came in to
was-
talk
it
about
was-
that.
it was
You
so
was
fucked
all
up.
over it. You
Where
was
is that at?
also, man.
Huh?
Where is that at? I gotta find it.
Roadrunner. It's on, I believe it's on HBO right
Okay.
now. So I
It
advise.
is.
Say less.
I'm recommending to everybody to watch it. But Anthony Bourdain. The thing that I really loved most about him is that he really got the most simple concept that we could disagree on every single thing fundamentally. We could disagree about religion. We could disagree about, socioeconomics. We could disagree about politics. We could disagree about everything. But the one thing that we have to agree on is we have to eat. We got to eat, And he realized that discord and conversation could happen over.
Nah, that was his greatest
Look at
discovery.
this motherfucker and got rich off of doing.
No,
I know,
no,
but-
That was genius.
conversations
No, but if
that
you
he
was
no,
genius.
had.
no, but here's the thing:
Food
is
brings
if you
people together,
yes,
too.
but if you watch Roadrunner, you see by way of his EPs that he had a really difficult time. He was an introverted person,
Yeah.
so he had a very difficult time catching his footing in the beginning of Parts Unknown. So you actually watch his evolution, his personal evolution
Yeah.
to becoming like a more of a human being, just like just his expansiveness of his human experience and how it relates
And not
to
for
other
nothing,
people in the
chefs are
world.
usually fucking dicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he was
He
Yeah.
was putting the lens on other cultures for us to learn about them,
Bro,
but
travel
we
is-
were
And
learning
I-
about him.
He was
And
doing,
I love
remember
that.
The episode where he went to Iraq during the war.
The war.
And like,
Iran.
was it Iran?
Iran. Yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, because
my apologies.
two of the journalists that he sat down with ended up being imprisoned for. The woman was in prison for maybe a couple of weeks or something like that, but her husband was in prison for a couple of years. The episode where he goes to Iran, it took him 5 years to get there. It was a really in depth heavy episode. So I recommend to everybody to watch episodes of Parts Unknown, because what I found to be so fascinating is how you increase your level of tolerance for things and people and cultures and traditions that you don't necessarily understand or might be prejudiced against based on conditioning. It opens up your mind.
Yeah, because some of that food that they was eating, I was like, what the fuck is that? But that was the shit where they was at.
I just love how he was so willing to eat anything in order to appease and honor
start the dialogue.
and honor
Yes.
Right.
and
Appease
honor
is
and
different.
honor customs and tradition in wherever land he was. He really was he fulfilled his mission on this planet. He really did. He opened up the minds of millions of people. He made people fearless travelers. I remember being in Bali, walking down a dark fucking
you gotta
street.
stop stunting.
I'm not stunting. I
No, for
promise
real.
you.
You have
I
to stop
promise you. There was nothing. There was nothing glamorous or glorious about it. I'd been out all day. I was covered in fucking salt water. I was sweaty. I was sticky.
Can you imagine that ish?
Yeah, it was hot as fuck.
Oh my god, skin glistening, right?
I was wearing.
How sweaty were you?
I got pictures.
Oh my god, where?
I was hungry, and then all of a sudden, down a dark alley, I smelled what smelled like chicken, and I was like, I want it. I don't give a fuck what kind of poultry or bird or animal this is. I need it right now. And so I walked down this alleyway, and it was just like the life of the Balinese people. It wasn't the shit that you see on a brochure. It wasn't the shit that you see on a commercial. Kind of, sort of, a little bit. It was just literally, I walked into like a brief moment and an enclave of culture. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't for anybody's eyes. It was just my moment with my friend there. We picked out some food. They cooked it up for us. I drank a beer. I ate some rice and noodles, and I ate my fish and my chicken, and it was amazing.
No IG shit, just like
and
real travel-y shit be the best.
Yeah, and it was just like, and just observing the culture and the livelihood of these people at this moment in time, and realize this is their everyday. I get to be a tourist and exit stage left and go back home to my luxury digs.
I would say that people need to travel more to experience that, and I think that would help a lot of people open up, but I feel like a lot of people will go there and see an opportunity to fucking exploit some shit. So
most
you know what I mean?
don't got enough bread to do that, but yeah. I ain't gonna lie, when I go, I'll be like, what they need?
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I size them up.
I stopped doing that.
I'll be on my bullshit. I was like,
when I travel, I stopped doing that. I stopped thinking about what people need. The most I can do is I can give you a couple of dollars.
No, I don't mean need in that sense.
Yeah.
I mean need as in
how much can I buy that
business
house for,
can I potentially set up here that is lacking that they could use that I could.
Yeah,
I'll be on some
that's one.
but
That's one way of looking at it.
You don't say.
They don't got no strip club over here. What?
Me personally, wherever I travel, I try not to leave a carbon footprint of me being there. Just because I'm a guest.
You watch a lot of 24, huh?
What, serial killer shit?
Did you hold your breath the whole time?
I don't want to put a carbon footprint.
I really just want my interaction with the natives of wherever I am to be as pleasant for them as possible, because I am literally like, I'm on their land, and I don't want to be like, so where the fuck is the Burger King? You know what I mean? I don't want to be like an ignorant fucking American,
that. They hate us too.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to be like, I want to try to speak their language as far as I can go in terms of pleasantries and asking for something, and that's it. And
I don't even look for the Burger King here.
And eat their food.
Burger King
and then
has
that's
really
it.
done a poor job in marketing.
And that part.
Yeah.
And then just have the experience that is related to, where it is that I am. And I just feel like that's...
We're ignorant in that sense, America.
We think the world revolves around America.
I remember this was...
That's what it is.
This was like, maybe like 20 years ago. It's the second place I've ever gone out the country. So I went to Italy. It was like, but not in...
No,
where? What part?
Right now.
I'm not.
No, what part of Italy?
Otranto.
Yeah, if we put on our
I don't know where that is. What part?
It's southeast. It's
like
far
Sicily-ish?
East. Sicily's
okay.
a little to the west.
Right.
It's like by Lecce. And so when I got there, it was this dope ass resort. And I'm mad as hell at the people because nobody spoke English. Mm-hmm. So I was tight. Like, I'm mad as fuck. And then when I came back home, I was there for 10 days, I think. And it was raining and you couldn't really talk to nobody. The shit was mad frustrating. When I came back home, I had a newfound respect for all of the... I fuck with construction. So a lot of South Americans come here and they can't speak our language at all. And then they not only survive, they start to thrive. Mm-hmm. And that shit was admirable to me, how they come to a foreign land, they don't know nobody, they don't know no language, they don't know nothing, and they start getting to it. I was over there mad as fuck, like looking at them like, you stupid motherfucker, why you don't speak no English? In their country, I'm mad at them because they don't speak our shit. Mm-hmm. And that's just some arrogance that we have as Americans. We go places like,
And we keep that same arrogance here because we'll get here and get mad at them because they don't speak English.
Yeah.
Same shit.
That's true. No, I agree. So
It's
you start to appreciate some shit when you start traveling. It changes your perspective
It does.
on the world
It does,
as a
for
whole.
sure.
I say all this to say that I would like for you to travel.
Yeah.
Get some
No,
stamps
sure.
in your passport.
And you got the money to do it.
Yes, it
Wow.
will change. It will literally for like just with my internal struggles of just like not knowing where the fuck I want to be in life. I've literally been thinking, should I just throw everything into storage and then just grab a backpack and just go?
Thought about that before.
That's literally what I've been feeling like I want to do recently.
Like the fucking convict couple that escaped.
What?
You're such an asshole.
Yeah, no.
Like dog. Before I had a daughter, I really just thought about moving to another country before. Like if you financially can afford to, because I had rentals at the time that was generating decent money. I thought about just up and moving to another country, and you could just be living off of that.
Yeah.
America, it should change.
Be an
You're
expatriate.
such an ass, man.
Wait, I don't know what's happening right now. Is there
Him
something?
being sarcastic, Sam. Anyway, bro.
Is there something about where he's standing and what's happening? Listen, I'm new
The time
here.
clock. The time clock is on that computer.
Time, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Corey
okay.
keeping the time?
No, if y'all are done. Yeah, but I couldn't. I needed to see the time. Listen, I think you guys
I'm like, I'm new here.
have been awesome.
So I've been kind of a gypsy for a really long time.
I like that.
So like the first time that I moved to LA was like around 2006.
Okay.
I stayed there for about 2 months. Then I was back here in LA or in New York, and then in 2008 I moved there.
Okay.
Stayed there for 2 years. Moved back here. Well, no, I came back here for a vacation. Got a condo on Pine Street, which you know all about. He was, yeah. And then I did the bi-coastal thing for like 2 years. That shit will drain your bank account.
I bet.
Yeah. So then I came back to New York. So basically, I've been floating back and forth between New York and LA for the better part of 16 years.
So why are you picking LA currently over New York?
I am in the process of altering that decision.
Gotcha.
Do you think the opportunities are more vast out there?
No, they're not.
Really?
Let me tell you something about LA. LA, when you hear, oh, LA's so fake and blah blah blah. Let me break down to you what let me tell you what the fakeness actually means, because that's a very obscure thing to say. It's very like
To people that haven't been there, for
it's
sure.
very ambiguous.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, LA is so fake. What happens when you move to LA is, I say this: New York is very hard on your body. LA is very hard on your soul. So whereas in New York, you can't really have a
Kendrick.
It's very difficult to have a car. You just Uber everywhere. It's expensive as fuck. Taxis, take trains, pounding the pavement. That's life in New York. In LA, you get to drive everywhere, but you are slowly being lulled into this kind of complacency. Very gradually, And then the other thing that happens in LA is life and interactions become very transactional.
Sure.
People start to lose their grip on interacting with one another for the purpose of just being fucking human beings and having a human experience.
But I heard that's where the fakeness comes from.
That's what I'm talking
That's what
about.
they say.
That's what I'm talking about. So your experiences become extremely transactional. You can actually see somebody's eyes glaze over if they start to realize that you are of no use to them to get to another rung on the ladder. And so that's why LA starts to become your existence in LA starts to become very soul eroding, because you look up one day and you realize that the vast majority of people that you interact with on a daily basis really couldn't give a fuck if you lived or died, as long as it doesn't affect their bottom line. Right. And so then you start to wonder, why the fuck am I here? Is it the perpetual sunshine?
Yeah,
really,
overrated.
honestly, it is
very
overrated.
I like a little bit of. I like a little bit of rain.
I like the seasons.
I love the seasons.
I like that nasty black snow ice shit that happens. I fuck with all that bullshit.
I do love the season. I'm from Canada, so born and
facts.
raised in the fucking, in the snow and shit like that. So what I've realized by living in an extended period of time in LA is it's not suitable to my soul anymore. I am not happy there anymore, because I have just found that the vast majority of my interactions are rooted in things that no longer hold value to me anymore. Right. And so I'm like, okay, so where am I going next? Am I coming back here? It's kind of looking like it. I just got to figure out how that's going to make sense.
The simplest shit anyone ever said to me, like, about, because, or in preparation for spending more time in LA, I hate it there.
Yeah.
But because, like you said, it wears on your soul, is when you go out there, remember that yes means maybe and maybe means no. Right. And especially coming from the East Coast, like, every time anyone says anything out there, you just have to remember to translate it that way, because there's also, like, a total... like the theme of accountability, like
there's none. There's not. People love. People love.
Kills my patience.
Yeah, no. People love to take a meeting to talk about taking the next meeting. They love that. Yeah. They love that shit.
I don't want to take any meetings. I want to be clear about that. I hate meetings.
No, they love the exterior, the optics. The optics of what it looks like to be busy, but they don't actually want to fucking do anything. Right. You know what I mean? So let's take lunch at the rooftop on top of Jean Georges at the Waldorf Astoria, because everybody's gonna fucking see us there, and we're gonna Instagram it. So it actually happened. But did anything actually happen? Nope. Did anything actually transpire? For the vast majority of the time, not really.
I heard it's like, yo, let's do lunch.
Let's do lunch. You eat, that's it.
I heard that outside of the industry dealings, it's not like that.
Right. Agreed.
Like, I heard the entertainment industry, everything that you guys are describing, I'm
right.
LA illiterate.
Right. So let's say you're in real estate.
It's genuine people in LA, but the industry shit and the entertainment business is as fickle as fuck and is disingenuous. It's trash.
I don't know. It's tough though, because a lot of people move out there and are like get caught in that like purgatory in between. Like, I saw a post that was like, if you ask someone like what their plans are for tonight, they'll say, oh, like, I have a meeting with so-and-so in 2 weeks, but I guess I could make it tonight. Like, shit like that. Like, so even when you're not...
all entertainment, though.
Fully, I know, but I'm saying you could be working, like, what's considered, like, either, like, a regular or, like, not in an entertainment industry job position, but still, like, be trying to do something, and you're more a part of the entertainment piece of LA than you're not, I feel like, when you're trying to like crack in, but still
it infiltrates a lot of different industries out there, and so you just kind of have to be cognizant of that kind of thing. That's just it. For some people it works and they thrive out there, but
I heard real New Yorkers don't.
Hell,
they hate it.
That
I heard
part.
They hate it.
Yeah, they do.
I just heard they hate it.
They do.
I heard the real shit, like, fuck out my face. No.
Moving to LA. So many people moving to LA. Moving to LA for me is a bill. Like, I told you that. You want to move somewhere where you can save some money, not spend it. Shit, I'm saying that to somebody. I pay the LA taxes here.
It depends on your industry. No, it depends on your industry. That's true.
Which is some bullshit. I hate that too. Like, if you do work in the city, you pay the city's taxes no matter where you're at. Like, all right, dog.
Yeah.
But like, if you had a home base in Texas, you had a home base in Florida.
Yeah.
You save money.
And a lot of
I'm gonna go Florida. Well, they both cockamamie.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people are making the move to Texas. Like, a lot.
Houses are cheaper.
Yeah. Especially specifically Austin, which is
Austin's cool.
One of my homegirls just moved back. She told me, like, tech. Austin is the new Silicon Valley, allegedly, from what I heard. She was working in tech out there, and they said, like, just land, as far as you can see, Dell is buying it. Then this company is buying it. Then this they literally are making a Silicon Valley there because Silicon Valley has gotten too expensive.
It's crazy though. Florida is officially the most expensive place in the U.S. to live.
Really?
Yeah.
Statewide.
I hate how you talking to microphone.
No, it's not.
Wait, what?
That's not true.
I hate how you talking to microphone.
That's not true.
How should I talk in the microphone?
In the center of the microphone.
What's up?
That's not true.
In the center.
Into the front.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
And you're covering it with your hand. It's fine.
Yeah, Florida is, because like the Florida real estate is insane right now. Like, you could put any property, whether it's apartment, condo, house, on the market.
If y'all move to Florida right
now,
how many baby
20
mamas
offers, 10% over asking price
That's
because of the like. It's honestly like a trickle down from like the crypto tech bubble that everyone with all this money is just moving down there, and now Florida as a state, like Miami, became so inflated to where it's the most expensive place to live, which is crazy. Because I feel like a lot of people don't think that. I would think it's either here or like LA or something.
Yeah.
There's New Jersey, Maryland, and Connecticut. But I don't want to step on your point.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, New Jersey is the same thing on the real estate. Every New Yorker moving over there.
Right.
Same shit. But the cost of living in New Jersey is high. Cost of living in Connecticut is high. Cost of living in Maryland is high. Statewide, because you got places in Florida where you could go get a $600 apartment.
I was arguing with the realtor this morning. Hey, whatever price you telling me the condo is today, that's not what you told me last month, yo.
Yeah, and you should have jumped in last month.
And it's not gonna be the same next month.
It ain't gonna be the same next month. I'm telling you, this shit is that crazy.
I lost out to the surgeon.
Yeah, you did.
Fucking stupid ass surgeon. Fucking great credit. I'm gonna buy some shit. I'm gonna get some shit though.
I'm ignoring this nigga.
I was so mad I couldn't throw racism in that.
Was he a black surgeon?
I was tight, yo. I was tight. I beat your ass, but I was looking at some shit. I seen some shit. I lost out. I called that lady back. I was like, yo, hold up, let me stop this. Is that stuff for sale? It's like, yeah, it was way higher. It was way higher now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but the renter's got a 2-year lease. So I still might want to buy that motherfucker.
Shit different.
It's nice. And then Corey took me to stupid shit this morning, man. You gotta be careful looking at places.
No, that shit is.
And you know what she said this morning?
Like a bad bitch.
Wait a minute. Do you know what she said this morning? Both of them. 2 realtors.
You better act quick.
I walked in there. This place was done up top to bottom. Marble everywhere, not hardwood anywhere. Best furniture, decor, art, everything in the universe. And I was like, whoa, this is a lot. And she pulled out the line that I first heard made famous from my dentist. I mean, I said, it's a lot for my taste. And she said, maybe you got to work harder.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's fucked up.
Brokey.
Yeah.
See, I no longer think it's fucked up when that's said to me, even though some people may say it to be fucked up. Mm-hmm. But I don't receive that
Me either.
in a fucked up way because it's facts. Like, I'm not acting like the people that attack Kim Kardashian for saying it.
She could be saying, yo, this ain't for you, nigga.
No, but that's not what she's saying.
No, listen. She said you need to work harder.
If you want this.
I agree. No, I'm agreeing. I'm saying she could have conversely said, maybe this ain't for you, fam. You don't need to be looking.
But that's what work harder means too if it's not. Because some people is not ready to work harder.
True.
Some people is just going to take that as, oh, that's
ain't for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, and that's why I love Ice's change, honestly. Like, we have a serious talk. I love him getting veneers and laser because he was the main nigga that used to come in here and say, I love where I am. Sure. Shut up, nigga. We giving you new teeth.
And I said that. I said, yo, wait till you start coming. It's going to come.
Getting you new eyes, yo.
It's going to come.
New everything.
I told him it's going to
come.
New
icy chain. Yeah.
But whatchamacallit says.
You don't feel like promoting a meritocracy is like a little bit of a slippery slope?
I don't know what a meritocracy
What's a meritocracy
is.
A meritocracy is like
I don't know what that is.
The idea that like the society is ordered in, or anything is ordered in position of like how hard you work. I.e., like the most successful person worked the hardest, the least successful person.
I don't think
that's not an ideology. That's not an ideology I succumb to anyway.
No, but I'm saying like as far
and
as
I don't think
like,
work harder
notion,
falls into that.
Because work harder don't mean you make more money.
Work harder is one of those things like when you tell somebody, hey, be more patient. It don't matter how patient you are.
Right.
You could be more.
There's no.
It don't matter how hard you're working.
The threshold is the threshold is based on the individual's perception of what that threshold
no
is. So it's very ambiguous. It's like it's just like something you just throw out.
And
there
I'm not telling you that you'll get such a great return.
Right. You might work harder and don't get
but work harder.
But working hard might not even be physical work. It could be mental work.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like take
inner work.
Take yourself out of a situation, look at it, and think about how can circumvent the obstacle in front of me to get on the other side of it.
Right.
That's work.
Do you feel like it's mostly or entirely like internal, like how you receive it or who's saying it?
I think it's 90%.
Because that was the problem with Kim Kardashian. Like people saying work harder, like a bunch of people say like motivational shit, like work harder, but her saying it, I feel like
you said Kim Kardashian?
When she said it, I thought it was dope.
She got attacked.
We thought it was dope.
Yeah, we thought it was dope.
We thought it was dope.
Coming from her.
Women attacked her.
But this is the thing. Coming from her, even
I look
coming
at
from
the
her.
message and not the messenger.
Even coming from her, though.
It's hard today.
Look, coming from her, yeah, she was born into a nice situation, better than most. They are still billionaires. It took a lot of fucking work to get there. It wasn't a sex tape that got her there. Right. I hate when people discount that a little bit with them. Like, them bitches is rich off of a porn tape. It's a lot of bitches that do porn that didn't get there.
Yeah. A lot of times.
It's a lot of motherfucking girls that work in
You
sex.
owe a lot of money to this jar, but
I put money. It's a lot of women that put the sex.
Wait, what's the jar?
A bitch jar.
It's a lot of
And now
sex
I owe
workers
money.
that did not get to where these girls have gotten. Like, that's real.
Right.
It's some work power and some brain power that went into that. And I don't like when they just discount that.
So you're a Kardashian defender, you would say?
No, I'm not. I'm just a harder work. You could start at $1 million. Right? To get to $1 billion, my nigga, is hard.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That is hard. We could start at 1,000. For somebody that starts, you know what an accomplishment it is to come from our neighborhoods and become a millionaire? Mm-hmm. That's an accomplishment for us. So, Jay-Z, to kind of what you were saying earlier, because we so fucked up, when we get these small wins, we kind of highlight the wins. So Jay-Z talk about when we was little, and we come from the same neighborhoods, a pair of new sneakers to us, nigga, you will walk like a robot for about 6 days so that you don't get the crease in the front of your shit. Then you got a car. And then you got a Lexus or a Benz or
Only
a
for these
BMW
new
or whatever.
kids to now make dirty sneakers cool. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, only them.
You fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
But when you got a new car, that was something for us coming from where we came from. So if you came from where we from and you make $1 million, your mother be bragging about you, your aunts, everybody be bragging about you. Like, my son is the shit, my daughter is the shit. It's damn near harder. Maybe not, because I'm coming from an unknown place now. Let's say they was born millionaires. To get to $1 billion and to create an empire that those girls have created is definitely undervalued. That's my opinion.
I have no resistance for you, Ish.
So when they said work harder, yeah.
No, the realtor said that, and I left to work.
There you go.
That's right.
I left.
You took
I
that
got out
as,
of here.
you know what?
You know what? You are absolutely
It's
correct.
motivation.
Because had I just had the $5 million to spare and disposable income, maybe this conversation
Goes different.
Goes a little different.
Whatchamacallit says, Tony Robbins says he does this big seminar. Keno and them be going. He had this big seminar, and I think to go there is like 20 bands, 25 bands to go.
It's crazy.
And they say, yo, if you can't afford to come to this seminar, that's the reason you need to be at the seminar.
That's a mind.
Think about that.
Right there.
If you can't come here and you can't afford to come here, that's even more reason why your ass need to be here. Because if 25 bands for you is something that's crippling, the shit that you gonna learn here gonna have you 25 bands in your sleep to throw away.
I'll go home and go to Gary V's page.
Get it from over there
Yeah, for free. Sorry, Tony.
Get it for the low.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yo, you get what I'm saying though?
No, I totally understand.
That's the same shit.
I think that you gentlemen and lady have done an amazing job of unpacking a plethora of different things today.
Can I play another song?
No.
Fuck.
No.
Come on.
No, we have Chinese food and it's getting cold.
We'll lead.
Thank you.
We'll say goodbye.
You can play our exit song.
It'll be the exit
You can
song.
turn it down. We'll have to talk over it, but yeah, go ahead.
So I can do it now?
Get the shit off.
Yay.
I figured out I wouldn't do mushrooms with Ish and Melyssa.
Why? I'm fine as fuck. I'm on
Y'all wanna
mushrooms
talk
right
about
now.
Especially together.
I'm on mushrooms right now. I'm fun as
No,
fuck.
but you're great. You're great.
Thank you.
I can't believe that you're this
we're
social
blown
on
away.
mushrooms.
We're blown away.
Like, usually I want to get up and do some other shit.
Really? What do you want to do on mushrooms?
Whatever.
Be faithful.
Listen, let me tell you something. Okay?
No, I just want to go somewhere else. Like,
No.
I want to be able to engage a conversation for about 2 minutes, and then I want to go
So
look at some shit.
I'm working with this group of doctors and people who are creating this legislative initiative to get the legalization of psychedelics and psilocybins off the Schedule 1 in 2024. It's a ballot initiative.
Wow.
Because that's how passionate I am about microdosing for mental health purposes. Like this.
I agree.
They're available in Oregon.
I'm
right?
with you
Is it
on that.
Oregon?
by the way.
Yes, exactly. And so if you look on my Instagram and my TikTok, I frequently talk about it because it's something that
You're
I'm
not
very.
in the room with men that have
Use
TikTok.
TikTok.
No, oh,
You
okay,
in the
yeah,
room
right.
with men,
Okay,
yo.
well, if
You don't
anybody's
play with
ever
us.
saying it, it's because I'm extremely passionate about it. Suffering from like depressive episodes, chronic depressive episodes for a large portion of my life. I really white knuckled it through my pain, and I refused to take SSRIs like Prozac and Klonopin and Zoloft. I just would not do big pharma. And so when you know who it was? No, let me not put his business out there until
There you
he's
go.
comfortable saying
There you
it
go.
himself. But I was really surprised at who suffered from chronic, almost suicidal depression, who advised me to take these to try to help, alleviate my symptoms, and how much it worked. my brain talks. It talks so much to me, and it's so negative that it just quieted the voice down and allowed me to think clearly for once in my fucking life.
I did want to ask you,
Yeah.
before we got out of here, not to end on a somber note, but I just meant to ask you,
Yeah.
because I appreciate Anthony Bourdain the same way that you do, and his mind and the way that he processed things, and listening to him and watching him, it was like, wow, you killed yourself.
His storytelling ability was really, really incredible. But here's the thing about Anthony Bourdain is he was an addict. And he acknowledged that. He was a heroin addict. He was in recovery. And recovery can mean 2 days or 20 years. Lifetime. Yeah. Exactly. But he also had an addictive personality. So when it came to things that he went full on, 10 toes down, like involved in whatever it was that he decided to fall in love with, like jujitsu and stuff like that. In my personal opinion, the worst thing to happen.
Not a bad way, though.
In my personal opinion, the worst thing to happen to Anthony Bourdain was Asia Argento.
Okay.
That was the last woman that he was dating. She was in my opinion, a very toxic individual. And he fell madly in love with her to the point where he destroyed personal relationships that he had for well over a decade, people that he worked with, friendships that were near and dear to him. He chose her over them. She ended up cheating on him. And within, a couple of days, weeks, months, he offed himself. When you watch the documentary Roadrunner, you can really, really draw this as a conclusion. This is my personal assessment of the documentary. You might draw another conclusion.
Watch it if you haven't seen it.
Exactly.
Roadrunner.
But this is the conclusion that I drew, that she was the worst person to happen to him. And he was married. He had a child. He had such a full life. He was Emmy Award winning, Peabody Award winning. The plans that this man had that I knew. He was creating a food hall at the end of 14th Street on the West Side Highway. There was so many people involved in the plans that he had. And then he killed himself in a Parisian hotel room wrapping a belt around his neck. And it was very soon after he saw tabloids of Asia Argento and a younger man hugged up and kissing. I'm sorry, there is a connection there, and it devastated me because the world lost a treasure. As far as I'm concerned, this is my own personal assessment. Don't persecute me for it, but that's how I feel about it.
Y'all have any final words for Miss Ford? You've been a great guest.
Yeah, you've been great. I just want to say thank you.
So glad that you joined us here.
Thank you.
Again, anytime you're in New York,
thank you.
Please.
Yes, I will drop by.
Please, we would all love it.
And I will take a yellow cab here because fuck Uber. That shit was $78.
From where?
And from fucking 30th and 10th.
Damn.
That's why I canceled the Uber and took a yellow cab. That joint was $35. Listen, if you're in New York, find a yellow cab because Uber is not it.
I haven't taken a yellow cab in a decade.
I didn't think they still existed, but I found one. I was like, oh, Jesus, thank you, God, because I didn't know if I was going to make it.
Well, we're glad that you did.
Yeah, we're
Thank
glad
you.
Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll talk off air about tonight. What's everybody doing tonight?
Let's start up.
Figure it out.
Look at that. Y'all ain't worry about it, y'all. Y'all go to bed.
Ice is booed up. Like it seems like everybody's booed up. Like they got.
Mine come outside.
Yeah,
We go outside.
We outside, man.
Oh, we're
We go
outside.
outside.
Oh, we're outside. Okay.
Yeah, we do it. Like that. I don't know what they do.
Okay.
I go out.
All right, we're outside.
Right? We out? A little nappy nap? Hey.
No, Joe Biden.